When the weekend turns to Monday and the stars begin to shine, we're bringing you a message that'll stand the test of time. We got the wisdom in the building, keeping everything secure. A late night conversation that is positive and pure. Turn your radio up, tell your family and your friends. This is where the true community connection begins. It's a place for inspiration, it's a place for real talk. The most uplifting hour on your late night walk. We got Trusty Sean P, keeping everything on track. Deacon King Ace holding down the back, and guiding the ship with a word so clear. Reverend Larry on the mic is here. Trusty Sean P, Deacon King Ace, and your host, Reverend Larry. The mic is live right now.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm waiting for my buddies to come on, Trusty Sean P and Deacon King Ace. Man, oh man, oh that looky here. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Man, oh man. Well, we were supposed to talk about the 60s Boston Celtics, but the decision 3.0 kind of interrupted those plans. Happy Friday to you, Trustee Sean P.
Man, first and foremost, for those of y'all that don't know, Netflix has a new series coming out. Orange is the New Pinky Herman. Make sure you watch it. You know, starring Donald Trump as Orange.
Yeah, man.
This dude, that's crazy. Number two, I'm almost. This is like, okay, I'm not even tripping off of that. What I'm tripping off of, I need this for my fellow Jordan fans. For my fellow Jordan fans, man, stop talking trash about LeBron and team hopping, please. Because the more y'all try to denounce LeBron, it makes it sound like Jordan needs this help to be great. And he don't. His game speaks for itself. Stop making up all these myths about Jordan like he never asked for help. No, he didn't ask Jerry Krause for help. He asked Jerry Reinsdorf. He didn't like Jerry Krause. He did ask for help. Number three, stop saying LeBron is jumping from super team to super team, because until he got to the Sixers, they were not considered a super team. Ain't nobody call him that.
That's not true. I'm not.
Man, ain't nobody call him that. Not one person on the planet called the Sixers a super team.
Bro,
this is a 42-year-old man. Cut the crap.
Top scores, man.
Cut the crap. Cut the crap.
You know they had 3.
You know what? There's no such thing as the word super team until LeBron gets on it, and then suddenly it's a super team. Come on, y'all. Let it go.
You gotta
let it go,
stop.
man.
Oh,
he went to a good team. He went to a good team. It's no different than any other team out there. Now, I'm not gonna stop. So you try to tell me right now there ain't no other team out there stacked like this. And I'm saying they got Joel Embiid, they got Brown, now they got LeBron, they got some players. Nobody else ain't stacked. Nobody else is stacked.
Already a top 3 team. We've been talking about this, man.
Okay, and right now he's a glorified. This Negro is 24 seasons in. I don't care. He is a glorified 6th man. I don't care if he don't come off the bench. That's all he is. He ain't what he was. We're not talking about LeBron back when he was in Miami and he was in his prime. We're not going to do that. We ain't going to keep doing that. We can't keep doing it.
Here's the crazy thing, dog. Here's the crazy thing. All right. Am I surprised? No, I'm not. This is what he's been doing.
If he'd have went to Cleveland, he went to another super team. Here's the thing. What do y'all want him to do? So he's supposed to go spend the twilight of his. No. You want him to fail so badly that you would rather have him playing in a team that was 2-80
Bro,
A
he
2-80
fails.
team. No, that's what
He
y'all want. Y'all
fails.
want him
He
to go play
fails
for a
on
2 and
his
80
own,
team
man.
so
You
he
ain't
could
gotta
be
wish.
completely out of the
Gotta.
conversation
You gotta
whatsoever.
wish. You ain't
What do
gotta
you
wish
expect
this.
this man to do? This is
You
a
don't.
business situation, and if I'm about to go out, I want to at least go out with a shot at the title.
It's not gonna happen.
Barkley did it. Malone did it.
No, Barkley
Starks
did
did
not.
it.
Stop it.
Shaq did it. Every
No,
player did it in their twilight of their career. Yes, Barkley did. Barkley
Barkley
left
did
the
not.
Sixers and went to the Suns. Barkley did it.
Bro,
He did it.
Barkley was in the prime of his career, and
He
they didn't want to
Man,
pay
he was
Barkley.
towards the end of his career. He wanted a
He
ring. He
was
wouldn't
not
get it in
towards the end of his
Philadelphia,
career when
man.
he went to Phoenix, dog.
Man,
Come
how
on,
many
man.
years did he stay in Phoenix?
They stayed in Phoenix like 6 years.
That's the end of your career, bro.
No, it's not, dog. No, he
Okay.
won MVP in '93.
How
Can
many
we
years
forget
did he
that?
play in the league, bro?
Big dog. Are you
See,
sitting here
you
telling
just
me
that's
that he
what
was
I'm
a?
saying.
Are you
He was no longer
are you
prime
sitting here
Charles, man.
telling
He
me?
was
Are
good
you?
Charles. This is what I'm saying. This is the
No, this
argument that
is
I
what
have
I'm
with you
saying, man.
guys
Are you
when you
sitting there
keep bringing
telling
up
me?
how much
Late,
talent this dude had. He played with all this talent, and the first thing y'all bring up is
I
busted
swear
Shaq
to
with the
God, you're
bad
a LeBron
toes.
apologist, bro.
You talk
You're a
about Dwight
LeBron
Howard.
You're a
You talk
LeBron.
about
You're a LeBron apologist right now.
I'm
That's
not an
what you are.
apologist.
Yes, you
This is
are.
what I am.
Yes,
I'm
you
a
are.
LeBron
You bring
realist.
up. You
I'm
bring
a
up
realist in
Charles
basketball, and
Barkley
what I'm
when he
trying
was
to
in
do is show
Phoenix.
y'all how every time
God,
that boy's name comes out your mouth, it's always to something that makes
that's
it try
because
to belittle him.
He
It
does
tries
it
to
to
belittle what he
himself.
has accomplished in the league.
He does it to himself.
He didn't do this to himself.
Man, he does it to himself.
What has he done? He chose a team to play with.
Oh man, we're not gonna sit here and act like
Is
the
it? But I'm
Philadelphia
saying,
76ers
what
is
team
just an
was he
average
supposed
team.
to go to, Larry? What team was he supposed to go
I
to?
mean, to keep it a buck, stay in Lakers, stay with the Lakers and really try to
That
build
wasn't an
something.
option. That was
Of
not an
course it
option
wasn't. Why wasn't it an option? Why wasn't it
because
an
they
option?
did not. They'd already
Didn't
come
want
to
him
a
anymore.
conclusion
They didn't
last year
want
that
him
he wasn't
anymore.
coming back. Now, how they decided to present it or not doesn't matter. They were
They didn't
ready to
want him.
move on. They were trying
They
to
didn't
get
want
some
him
new people in
anymore.
there.
That's why. That's why. And that's not discussed. They
That's
didn't. The
business.
Lakers
They're trying to
didn't.
get
No,
younger.
that's
That's
not
business.
business. That's not business. The Lakers
That
wanted
is
to
business.
win.
Yes. And they wanted to do it with a younger approach. They can win. They could have won with LeBron. They could have put in a couple more pieces
No, you
around them
can't
guys.
win with LeBron. What you got your agent talking about, man, Austin Reeves need to be traded because he just not, he just doesn't fit with the right man. Are you serious?
First of all, Austin
Good
Reeves ain't
God.
represented by Rich Paul. They don't give a fuck Rich Paul. Excuse
Watch
me,
your
I'm sorry.
language.
Screw yeah, my bad. They don't care about Rich Paul. Rich Paul don't run the Lakers. The point
Bro,
of the matter was LeBron was going to have to
obviously he
go
doesn't run the
regardless.
Lakers because they didn't pull that trigger. But what I'm saying is how asinine that idea was.
But who was he supposed to play with, bruh? I mean,
Are
at the
you
point in time, that's what
are
I'm
you
saying.
serious? Are you
Yeah,
serious?
yes, I'm serious.
You
Who else
are
was he
a
supposed
real
to go?
LeBron
My
apologist,
point
dog.
is, any of the teams that he
You have
goes to
no point. You're
right
glazing
now, had he
LeBron.
gone to the Wizards, y'all would be calling the Wizards a super team.
Big dog. You got Trae Young, AD, Middleton, Ayton. Why wouldn't that be considered a super team, man?
If he went to the Hawks, it'd be a super team.
Jeez, bro.
If he goes
It was, and mind you, when they kept getting swept, what did LeBron say, man? This ring culture is silly. It's just, bro, stop it. He does it to himself.
Yeah.
And it got you up here thinking that
We
Charles
do it
Barkley
too.
was on the downside of his career in Phoenix after he won the MVP. After they won 60 plus games, man, if you don't quit, man, come on, man. You sit here act like we ain't got Google, bro. Charles Barkley wanted to get paid in Philly, and they didn't want to do it. So they traded him to Phoenix in the prime of his career. Come on, man. Man, get off the gas, dog. You see what this dude got you doing? Out here just rambling, saying stuff that ain't even bit more true. Come on, man.
Okay.
LeBron does it to himself, dog.
Sure, it does. Everybody does. We all pull our own triggers.
Well, he does it to himself. So you ask the question why, you know, and you ask the question why somebody got something to say when LeBron's fans were the first. Well, LeBron's fans were the first one to try to clown KD for leaving OKC to go to Golden State, and here you go, you got
No,
3 studs.
no,
You
no,
got
no,
to
no,
be
no.
kidding
We
me,
talk,
dog.
when they weren't in the
The
finals
first
and they
thing
weren't
they want
playing,
to say,
they did not play them in. Look,
it
he didn't
doesn't
have to play
matter.
against Philly. No, that would have been like him playing against the Eastern Conference Finals team that he played against that beat him. Now I'm gonna go join them and play for a championship this next
Well,
year.
here's what we do know. He got up out the West because it wasn't gonna happen in the West. Yeah, that's a gauntlet over there. Yeah, that's what we do know. He got up out the West. And I don't know right now, I don't know if going to the East was a smart thing. The smart thing to do is just, man, look, I'm gonna take it back to Cleveland. And yes, Cleveland is a super team, dog. Yes. Going to Miami, yes, that's a super team. Yes. Yes, bro. When you got 2 all-stars on your same roster, that is a super team. Yes. I'm sorry. And guess who created super team? They did. So you don't get to dictate and downgrade what you've
Who
done.
created super teams? Say that again. Who did that?
LeBron.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You're not
But
going to
one
sit here and
thing,
pretend like
the
LeBron
one
started
thing,
super teams when
bro,
Boston brought Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen together in order to
I'm
become
glad you
champions.
brought that up because I'm gonna share
That's
with
a
you
big 3 right
the
there.
one
That's
thing.
and we can
Here's
go beyond that. There's
the
plenty
unique
of super
thing.
teams that's been in the
The
NBA, man.
unique thing about this era, and you said this last week, is I think you said it. You said it Wednesday. You said it that this era, the CBA has given players the power to make their
Absolutely.
moves, and that's
Absolutely,
what
it has.
this era
But
is all about. Ever since 2009, players have been able to choose where they want to go. The owners no longer has the dictation and the power to tell a player where to go. If a player want to leave and go somewhere, he goes. That's why they got these called player options on their contracts.
my point
So you
is,
can't sit here and
any
put Boston.
team that LeBron
Hold on. Let me
James joined
finish
is
my point.
automatically
Let me
labeled as a
finish my
super
point.
team.
Let me finish my point.
I don't care.
You
Your
can't
point
bring
is valid,
Celtics.
100%.
You cannot bring Boston Celtics up because
Yes, I
Danny
can.
Ainge.
Yes, I
Danny
can
Ainge
because
put
they
that team
started this
together.
crap. That's really where it started. Let's bring 3 stars together to win.
Danny Ainge put that team together, dog.
And guess what?
Kevin
Pat
Garnett did not
Riley put
call.
the Heat together.
No, sir.
Not LeBron.
God,
Not LeBron. Not
man, you gotta be
LeBron.
kidding. You
Pat
sit here. I
Riley
swear
put
to
the
God,
team together.
bro,
It
you
is
are
well
a real
documented.
apologist right now.
No,
What
I'm
you
a
are.
realist. You
No, that's
can't keep
not
going
real.
off all these
That's,
false narratives.
dude,
I'm going
everybody
off of
know
a
they met.
fact. Pat
Everybody know
Riley
they
has
met this
gone
summer, bro.
on live and said, yes,
God.
I recruited him. I went and got balls. They wanted to play together. He made it happen.
Who said that? Who said they
Pat
all met?
Riley.
No, I'm talking about Boston. Who said they met? They
No,
didn't
I didn't
meet.
say that. I said
Danny
Pat.
Ainge
Y'all
put
keep
that
saying
together.
that LeBron put this super team.
Bro,
LeBron
they
ain't put nothing together.
Wade already on camera said that he saw Kobe win that 2009 ring and called Bron and said, dog, what we gonna do? This dude is getting all the rings, man.
And guess
That's
what?
out of Wade's
They
mouth.
wanted 2 options.
God,
Cleveland or New York. Those were the 2 options that they wanted to go play with.
I thought you like facts, man.
Man, that is
thought you like
fact.
facts.
The fact
Oh,
is,
jeez.
the fact is, he wanted to
Yeah.
stay in Cleveland. If that wasn't going to work, they wanted to join forces in New York.
No, he was
In New
leaving.
York. That
He
was their
was
plan.
leaving.
That
He
was
was
their
leaving
plan, was to
and
go play
heading
together in
to
New York.
Miami.
When
No.
that fell through, Pat
No.
Riley jumped on it and said, we can get us
Man,
another
Pat
chip here.
Riley didn't say nothing of the sort, bro.
You're right.
Only thing Pat Riley did was sign the contract and said, yeah, come on.
Yeah, he went out and made that happen. He is the catalyst behind that. Yes, they
No,
wanted to play
D
together, but they
Wade
would not have
is
had the
D Wade.
opportunity.
D Wade wanted to put that thing together, and they did.
Yeah,
And
through
LeBron
Pat
submitted to
Riley.
the idea. No,
Pat Riley.
LeBron submitted the idea.
No,
D Wade
LeBron
didn't.
didn't submit anything.
No,
LeBron had every intention on
I said
staying in Cleveland. He was
he
trying to
didn't.
get. Yes, he did. He was trying to either stay in Cleveland or go to New York if Cleveland was not
Man,
going to build around him. This is what I'm
D,
saying. Y'all got all these
Dwayne
false narratives, man.
Dwayne Wade has already said on camera after Kobe won that last ring, he called LeBron and
To
said,
see what they
"Bro,
could do to
we
play
gotta do
together.
something.
And I'm
We
telling
gotta
you,
do something."
the
And they
original
came
plan
together.
was for
They
D
came
Wade to come
together.
back to Cleveland.
They
He had
came
already been
together.
there. LeBron was trying to get him back
Nah,
in Cleveland.
nah.
When the management said no, then he wanted to go to New York. New
The
York wasn't going
management
to take
said
on
no.
LeBron James and
Gilbert
Dwayne
didn't
Wade's
even
contracts,
know,
man.
bro.
Get you
God.
some man. Get you some knowledge of the game.
No, you get some knowledge. Gilbert didn't even know. The owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers did not know.
Yeah,
He was
okay.
blindsided. He was blindsided.
That's the
Did you
now
forget?
that
Did you
that
forget?
must that
Did you
must have came
forget
from
what they
Clutch
did?
Sports. He wasn't
Did you?
blindsided.
Of course, the apologist is here. 100% the apologist.
He wasn't blindsided.
100% the
He
apologist.
told the man no when LeBron look. Y'all talk about
100%.
LeBron
For the
asking for
last
players.
15
LeBron
minutes, the
specifically asked for
apologist has
certain
shown up.
individuals. The
Yes.
man said no. He said no.
The
That's
apologist
what.
is here.
Okay, you right.
The LeBron apologist is here.
You right. I don't even look. I don't even root for LeBron. I don't even watch his games.
Yeah, I can't tell.
But what I do see is that there's a great player who gets shunned because of this type of crap. Most of what you have is misinformation.
No, there's
Okay.
not misinformation at all, brother. It's blatant. It's so
Okay.
blatant. It's so blatant, bro. There's no misinformation, dog. There's no misinformation. It's so blatant. It's crazy. It's blatant. Every move he makes is
You're right.
blatantly obvious. Blatantly obvious, man.
Dwayne Wade and LeBron James seriously considered teaming up with New York Knicks or the Bulls before ultimately coming down and staying with LeBron, Miami, and then LeBron. I know what I'm be talking about, man. Y'all gonna stop acting like I don't know nothing out here, man.
Big dog.
I
Big
know what
dog.
I'm talking about. And the first thing, the reason why it had come down, Wade wanted to play at home. That's number one. He wanted to play for his hometown team. But the main reason why is because Dan Gilbert refused to bring Wade back. He
Dan
refused.
Gilbert did not even know,
You're right.
which is why it was called the decision. Didn't even know. Blindsided. Blindsided. Point blank, period. And Dwayne Wade wasn't finna leave Miami to go to Cleveland. Come on, man. Dwayne Wade left to go to Cleveland when he had to go. When they weren't gonna pay him no more money in Miami.
Okay.
Those boys said, man. And regardless of where they went is irrelevant. The fact that they moving together is what I'm talking about. But of course, that goes up under the rug. We bring in Pat Riley as if Pat Riley orchestrated this whole thing. No, he okayed it, and it was so. But the idea was already there that summer. That was strategy. That all three of them were free agents that summer because they were finna make a move together. Yes, to form what? A super team. And they did. That's the point. And regardless of what, if they could have gone to Houston, they went to Houston together, formed a super team. Regardless of where they went, they could have gone to New Orleans. It didn't matter. They were going to be together. Why? Because they already decided that summer they were going to play together. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. It's different than Boston. Danny Ainge put that team together in Boston. LeBron, Wade, and Chris Bosh put that team together in Miami. If they would have gone to New York, yes, LeBron, D. Wade, and Bosh put that super team together. regardless of where they came from. It's a mute point of where they landed. The fact they came together to make that work, that's what we talking about right now, bro.
That is a revisionist history if I ever heard it, but okay.
It's not revisionist history, dog. Those are facts. I'm not.
Okay, those are your. That's your facts.
I don't care.
I must be dealing with some alternative facts because everything I'm putting up.
D Wade already put it out there, dog. See, you're still
he put that out there.
Landing in Miami.
After they play, here's the thing: they bonded in the Olympics. They bonded. They wanted to play together, but the three players held a meeting in Chicago to try to put together plans. They each tried. Like I said, they went down the list. It was then Pat Riley who cleared the cap space, went out and got him because he knew what was going on. He figured, why not get him here? He was the one that systematically traded away the contracts and avoided the deals to ensure that they had room to make those multiple max contracts. He was the one that pitched to LeBron James and Bosh, dumping his bag of championship rings and telling them Miami's winning culture. It was him who did the complex sign and trade deals with Toronto, and then we also with Cleveland. It was Pat Riley who was behind the scenes making this happen. Yes, the boys had spoken about, man, me and you talked about doing a show together, dude, years ago. But it wasn't until everything fell in place because many years have passed between that. Now we're doing a show together. Did we create the super team? No, the circumstances did. Talking about it and making it happen is two different things. Pat Riley made that happen. LeBron didn't. LeBron didn't sign a single or give a single contract to a player in his life. He's never presented a contract and nobody said, I need you to sign here for playing basketball on a professional team. So let's stop that, man, because that's what it sounds like. No, that's what it's. No, I'm not going to stop that. That man is not a general manager. He can beg, cry, whine, and ask for whatever he wants, man. But he ain't no general manager.
Who is going to turn down LeBron, Wade, and Bosh? Huh?
The Lakers.
Oh man, come on, bro. Who's turning that down, dog?
They had to turn it down. What do you mean?
What GM in their right mind are going to turn down Wade, Bosh, and LeBron coming to their team?
30 of them. 30 of them. Because 29 of them. 29 did. Because only Miami got it done. So 29 of them turned it down. Because you can't tell me that they didn't.
29.
If we know for a fact that they talked to Chicago and if we know they talked to New York and Chicago, how you going to tell me they didn't get turned down, Larry? We know for a fact they talked to two teams. They spoke to two teams that said no.
It takes a GM and a president of basketball operations to approve a contract. We already stated that.
Okay, now not from what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that LeBron makes these up. LeBron creates these teams. LeBron does all that.
They did create that team, dog.
So he signed the contracts and presented them too.
Man, that is
all right,
come on, man. You can't sit here and try to move the goalposts.
I ain't moving the goalposts. What you saying don't make sense. Because here you saying what team is going to turn that down? The New York Knicks and the Chicago Bulls turned it down. You're trying to tell me those three players ain't present the same pitch to those teams? Come on, man.
You sitting here you try to make a point out of where they landed, and I'm sitting here telling you that it didn't matter where they was going to land. They were going to play together.
They were trying. They finally got
ain't no trying. They succeeded and got 2 rings out of it.
Yeah,
ain't no trying.
Thanks to Pat Riley.
Thanks to Pat Riley. Rather than have nothing to do with that other than signing the contract and saying, yeah, and clearing the space to come on and make it work. That's all he did. Don't sit there and tell that, man.
Okay.
Don't sit there and tell that. We're not finna sit here and fake the funk, bro. You're not gonna do that. Not tonight.
Okay.
You're not gonna do that tonight. Look at my man King Ace is in the building. Bruh, we got a LeBron apologist on.
And see, I don't like that name because I'm not an apologist.
Bro,
I'm just a realist about the information that I'm.
Hey, Ace.
What's up?
Ace. Did Pat Riley
That's
put that
interesting.
team together in Miami, dog?
You say did Pat Riley put that team together?
Yes.
It was a
Or
collective. It was
was
a
it?
collective unit.
Or was
It was a
it?
Thank you. I'll
Or
go
collective
was
with
unit.
it?
that. I
Or
will go
was
with
it?
that.
Or
I will
was
go
it
with
D
that, Ace.
Wade making a phone call
Well,
and
to
telling LeBron,
LeBron.
dog, we got to do something?
No, he did, but Pat Riley originally wanted Carmelo, not Chris Bosh. So it was a collective. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But that's who it ended
Right.
up ultimately they wanted.
He didn't
But
want.
the
He wanted.
conversation, but the conversation initially came from before Melo signed his extension, and then that's why he wasn't able to join them in 2010 because he was still under contract with Denver before he ended up ultimately with New York. But
And see,
yeah,
Pat
that
Riley didn't
originally
just do
orchestrated
this
from the look.
in that offseason either. Pat Riley spent
Mhm.
2 years plotting this.
I mean,
This
I
is
won't
what
say
I'm
he
trying to
didn't.
tell you.
But I can tell
He
you this.
spent 2 years
It did still.
clearing. Yeah, it
Look,
took
it
him
still.
2 years of trading away contracts to clear the cap space for this. So this ain't something that just popped up. This is something that was
Oh
worked
man,
on.
what's
Slim.
happening?
Okay, y'all can laugh.
What did I
Laugh
walk
at it.
into? I'm trying to catch up. Now, what is happening right now?
Bro,
I'm kind
it's
of
been.
flabbergasted that the steam is rolling already, and I hadn't even got here with Sean P.
Bro,
What's happening?
bro, it's been on and popping since we've been on this thing. My thing is this,
Okay.
dog. I wish I can go back in time and we'll have to revisit this tonight at the rebroadcast. How far I know you're a young blood, man. How far does your knowledge of NBA go back, man? We gotta talk, man. Ace, we gotta talk, man.
As far as research, it goes back to the beginning of basketball, but
All
of course
right,
there are going to be
because
things
my
I'm
boy
going to miss.
said,
I may
my
misinterpret,
boy,
I may not know or understand, but it's nothing I can't read or learn. Just like
my
doing a
boy,
research paper of history. So
my boy said something that was totally just wrong, and that is Barkley chasing super teams when he left Philadelphia.
I said he chose a super team. He went to the Suns. Go ahead and talk about that Suns team that year.
But bro,
okay,
it was not up
That was
to
a ring
Barkley,
chase, man.
dog. That was not a reach.
That was a ring chase. It was his best
He
opportunity. It wasn't one in
traded.
Philadelphia for him. That's why he cried and whined to get up out of there. He kick scratched and begged up out of there.
Why?
Because he couldn't win a chip.
No, they didn't want to pay him. Point blank, they didn't want to pay him, and he didn't tell them to send me to Phoenix. He didn't say send me to Phoenix, bro.
Charles
Come
Barkley
on,
left
man.
the 76ers because of the poor roster around him and bad front office moves. He openly demanded a trade, leading to his 1992 deal to the Phoenix Suns. I'm be knowing what I was there. I'm watching this, man. I actually had invested time in this. I don't just coming up with stuff off the top of my head. I don't be going with a bunch of conjecture.
Big
I
dog.
don't pay attention to what these fools say on Facebook, Instagram.
He did not say send me to Phoenix. I'm sorry. He didn't. Something's going on with my camera, man. Let me fix my camera, but listen to this while I'm fixing it.
I remember cutting my TV off as soon as when Kobe ran and grabbed that ball. I was like, LeBron.
All right, LeBron. Especially losing against them before.
I ain't lying to you. I'm not lying to you. I cut the TV off when I watched that shit, and I watched Kobe run and grab the ball and celebrate. I was like, so what you gonna do? That was our summer free agency. They were dominating. Like Kobe was winning all these rings. I was like, wait, hold on. Now he got 5 and we got 1? Like, no. So yeah, that was a.
It's great how
it changed the league.
How he created.
I know that.
Yeah, no, thank you. No, we're proud of that. Yeah.
My apologies. So that soundbite right there is of Dwayne Wade speaking of seeing Kobe win his be close to a second three-peat from when he initially won his first one with Shaq in the early 2000s. And then Kobe went to 3 consecutive NBA Finals again from the 2007 season 08 when they lost to the Boston Celtics in 6 games with a record margin lead that has stood for the longest time. Then it's 09 and then 10, he won back-to-back. That was D. Wade who came out and said because they kept losing to the very set team that ended up in the NBA Finals 2 years out of those 3. They missed the middle time because Orlando ended up in 09. It was Celtics and Lakers in 2008. And then it was the Celtics and Lakers in 2010. But the Lakers were the continuous team to make it 3 times in a row against Orlando Magic. And so what we're alluding to tonight is that who orchestrated for the big 3 in Miami to come together? I think it's actually a collective of things. But if we're gonna say there's a puppet master, if you want to pin D. Wade, cool. If you want to pin Pat Riley, you can. If you want to say LeBron James,
thank you, Andre.
Sure.
Thank you, Andre.
If we're going to look at it in full in a totality sense, we have to look at it as it happened. LeBron, D. Wade, Chris Bosh, and quite a few guys were free agents at that time, at that specific time in the 2010 era. LeBron was tired of losing to Boston. Chris Bosh was tired of losing in the first round. D. Wade was tired of losing to Boston, getting out the first round, even though he was the only one out of the 3 to win a championship. Did he win one with an old ailing, considerably hobbled Shaquille O'Neal? Sure, but Shaquille O'Neal nonetheless did still average a double-double. It wasn't your dominant 25 and 13 or 38, double-double, but D. Wade is the only one out of those 3 who did at the time win the championship. So they were trying to find the pieces how it was going to work. Now, mind you, Chris Bosh was not the first piece that they were actually looking at. They considered Amari Stoudemire, and they originally, out of all of them, they even wanted Carmelo Anthony, as I mentioned earlier, but Carmelo Anthony was still under contract because when the contract came up, he said, I'm not going to pass up on money like this. I'm from where I'm from. We don't do that. And so he didn't, and as Carmelo Anthony has said throughout his career, he did not understand the business side of what the NBA came with, along with him being a phenomenal superstar and or all-star in the league. So once he signed contract, he was out of it. But they got a chance to get a real good glimpse of how they could play well together under Mike Krzyzewski because they got a chance to play.
Thank you, Dre.
In 04, 06 for the FIBA, and then in 08 when they had the late great Kobe Bryant on that team with them as well. And that is when the rumblings initially started. It may have even started in 06 in the FIBA, and they got close to win, but they still lost. So then in 08, they actually started having talks when they were on the Olympic team. But that doesn't mean that Pat Riley didn't put the battery in it, because Pat Riley does have a knack for getting talent. Remember, Showtime Lakers, that was part of him. They drafted very well. There is no way in the world you have a Kareem and you end up with a Magic on your team if your team is at least winning. So at that point in time, some people think that the league at the time were fluked as far as like draft picks. You know what I'm saying? But y'all can educate me on that, because that's based off what I've read and what I've learned over the years.
Can you do me a favor? Check your messenger. I'm not even going to say anything. I want you to check your messenger. I'm sending this message through you. And just to prove my point that Sean P does know. Everybody says, I don't know nothing and don't know what I'm talking about. Check your message.
Would you like for me to read it?
Would you go ahead, please?
And would you like for just one or all of them? Or
you can read as much of it as you want to prove that I'm telling the truth here.
Okay. As most players do, Charles Barkley actually, in fact, he did have a list of preferred teams. The Los Angeles Lakers were actually at the top of that list, but the Phoenix Suns ended up being part of the team in which he chose as the secondary option, and then the Portland Trail Blazers as well.
Thank you. That's all I'm going to say. He was chasing that ring. Those 3 teams had the best opportunities for championships. You can tell me I'm not. I don't know what I know, but it seems like I know what I kind of know. I remember that specifically. I'm not just out here throwing stuff out at y'all in the wind. I remember this because I'm thinking to myself, where they going to put this fool? Because I'm rooting at that time. Yeah, of course, I'm still a Bullets fan, but remember, Mike's in the league now. Mike was that dude. I'm in Chicago during that period of time, man. I remember these things vividly. My autism is stupid enough to let me remember these types of things in detail. Yes, he did, man. He didn't like the culture. He didn't like what was going on with management. And at the end of the day, you're right, Larry. They didn't want to pay him his money, but he was already. It was beyond the money thing at that particular point in time. He did not have the culture. It was more than just money. It was more than just money. And when I say the culture, it means they were not committed to building a team good enough to win around him. That's what I'm saying. And he did have a list, and they tried to get him.
Every player at one point in their career, bro, they want to win.
Absolutely.
Nobody is negating that. But I
No,
told you
no,
Wednesday.
but my problem,
I
LeBron
told you
does want to win
Wednesday.
all the time. I'm not saying taking that away from anybody.
But
I'm
my
not
thing
saying that
is,
he doesn't.
dog, nobody in the past, and what you just said, nobody had the control to dictate where they
No, they
wanted to
didn't.
go.
They didn't have the control to dictate, but what they
You
did
understand what
have
I'm saying? And
was
so, look,
they had the
wanting
control
to
of saying,
win.
I'm not going to play anymore.
So
So it forced the
every
hand.
old head
It
that
forces
wanted
the
to win
hand
is
of the
ring
owner.
chasing. All I'm saying is this, dog. All right? They didn't want to pay that dude. They knew he wasn't happy there. We talked about a month ago how some of these guys are taking bread to teams like Sacramento when you know they're not trying to build anything. Like we already been talking. We've been talking about these teams. We talked about these type of players.
A real competitor is
Don't
not going to
care.
go
Don't
to a bottom of the league team and play ball to finish out their career.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is
So
this.
that shouldn't be held against them. That shouldn't be held against them, Larry. If you're a competitor, you want to compete.
If you have a management team that's not willing to give you the ranks and the type of players, like this is why I don't respect James Harden, right? When he left. Mm-hmm. Because, man, they gave Harden the keys to the city. And when I say the keys to the city, AKA the court, you can have any player you want. Bring us a chip. That's all they ask.
Yeah.
He was so full of himself that anybody that even raised a peak towards his peak, he got rid of him.
Yes, he did.
He got rid of him. When you have a management team that's willing to go over and beyond to get you players to get here and win, and you still leave, it's no longer the management team, dog. It's no longer
who did
the team,
that though?
bro.
Who did that?
Miami didn't want to get along with what LeBron was talking about doing.
Well, here's the thing. The Miami never really kowtowed to LeBron ever.
Exactly. This is why he's not there.
Well, no, it's not so much why he's not. His contract was up. He went back home.
No,
seriously.
no.
They still had talent, man.
I swear to God, you're an apologist. On their team
I swear to God,
you're an apologist, bro. You are a LeBron apologist, bro.
You're right. I should go suck his toes tonight. You're right. 100%. I'm just saying the point blank truth is they still had a squad they could have contended. It ain't like they was totally washed and started from scratch.
Exactly. Miami had a squad that could have continued to win.
Okay, exactly. He went back home when his contract expired to fulfill that obligation he had and that promise that he made to his fans. Did he bring them a chip?
Bro, what?
That's what he did. That's common knowledge.
To me, okay, so you are saying to me he left Miami. Are you saying to me he left Miami? He left Miami in good standing, and that his whole entire purpose was not to return to Miami, but to go back to Cleveland? Is that what you're telling me right now? Because remember, Kevin Love wasn't there yet, bro. Yeah. Remember, they had the number 2 pick.
Can I answer your question first? Because you asked me a couple. And I'm gonna give it to you straight out.
He was the number 1 pick. They had the number 1 pick, which means
I'm not even gonna do that to you. I'm gonna do the same thing I just did. I'm not going
They
to
were
answer your question.
trash.
I'm gonna get somebody else to do it.
Come
Cause
on,
you
man.
keep hitting me, man, and I'm gonna keep coming back with factual information
Okay,
every time.
so here's a unique thing about the Civil War. Okay, it's a unique thing about the Civil War. You have a lot of people who wave that Confederate flag, says the Civil War had nothing to do with slavery, but it had everything to do with state rights.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the number one state right that the Union was taken away? See,
Mm-hmm.
just half truths. And so I wanted to know, and I asked my son, what are they teaching you? What did they teach you in Texas history? Because I know what they taught us. The evil force of Santa Anna came down and just wreaked havoc on these Texans, these brave Texans.
King Ace.
Hold on, I'm making a point.
I want you to finish. I want you to finish. I'm just getting his attention. Make sure you check that out.
So my son tells me, well, they were saying that, Santa Anna was raising taxes, and, Santa Anna was kind of harsh, and he wouldn't let them kind of really, he wouldn't really let them, be free of themselves. He wouldn't let them be independent, So all of that has changed. The story has now changed about Santa Anna over Texas.
Right.
But when I went to Grambling State University, we found out that the real reason they were fighting for the Republic of Texas because Mexico wasn't allowing slavery in Texas.
Absolutely.
That's never said. It's like the unhidden truth.
Well, yeah, but
So
that's the stuff that you got to dig for.
So between now and then, I really don't care what the news has to say because we were all there then. And we know what the narrative was then. Not just the narrative, but we already understood what the news said then. And so now you fast forward to now, and all these isms come out to why these players move and shift it. Like we want to sit here for real, have an argument like Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and LeBron never had a conversation of playing together.
I never said they didn't. That's not what I said. What I said.
You said Pat Riley put that team together.
For 2 years, Pat Riley worked on putting that together for 2 whole years, brother. Long before the decision. That was long.
So what Sean P is talking about, not even to cut you off, I see where the disconnect is. What Sean P is saying, Pat Riley did it in a way to create the space for the money to even allocate more than one superstar, even if it wasn't just LeBron either.
Exactly.
It wasn't Pat's idea.
No, Rev, don't miss me.
It wasn't. I never said it was.
No, don't miss me what I'm saying. We're not saying.
You said he put the team together.
I said he recruited them and he made sure that he recruited LeBron. He did recruit LeBron. He spoke to him about his rings and wins and how he could get that if he came to Miami.
Hold on. Don't miss it. Even for that opportunity to be available, Miami had to have enough money to pay them.
Of course.
So Pat Riley had to be. I have to lean towards Sean P in this case, and just a little bit on this because it makes sense. You can't even make a deal like that, regardless of what Dwayne Wade and LeBron James does.
You have to open space.
However, without even being able to have the cap space available to pay the guys, once they hold on, but once they realized they were able to get,
I'm agreeing.
Once they realized they can get a third player of star caliber, all-star, potential 10, 12 plays MVP caliber.
And it wasn't even Bosh at first.
However, it wouldn't have worked at all if they couldn't keep Udonis Haslem. So they all had to collectively come together and talk to Pat Riley about that. So now that he's saying it, it makes sense. It does make sense. But we're not saying that Pat Riley is the only one. We're not saying Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, but we're missing each other on the point of what he didn't do it and he did. No, they all did it collectively.
Maybe my words.
Thank you.
Maybe my words are lost in translation.
Maybe.
Okay.
Because you know I'm a very literal person, man.
I say it like this, and I say it plainly with my chest. LeBron, D. Wade, and Bosh orchestrated that deal.
I can't say Bosh because Bosh wasn't even
part of the deal at first.
They all came together.
No. Rev, that's what I'm saying. They had 2 other guys before
before Bosh
chosen. They had Amari Stoudemire And they
Right.
got Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo
From
Anthony, was
Anthony,
the first
exactly. Bosh wasn't even originally a part of that picture.
Man, they thought of LaMarcus Aldridge. They brought up Zach Randolph. They brought up all type of guys.
They brought up players, but the end of everybody understood what.
No, they didn't. Melo was supposed to be
what
the main
had
guy.
to, what had to happen. What had to happen was the cap space. I already said all of that.
No, the cap
I already
space.
said all of that.
Yeah, we get the cap space, but Melo would have fit perfectly without Chris Bosh having to change his game. Melo actually would have been a better plug and tug for them.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Melo already does that. He'll stretch the floor and shoot the three. He'll shoot mid range. He's gonna rebound the ball well. He does that already. Chris Bosh had to change his whole game
in order to do that.
To do that. That's what we're trying to kind of massage the muscle out so that we can understand it on the same scale. However, Charles Barkley, in the same sense, when we talk about teams that were chosen, Charles Barkley went to teams that were already 50-win plus teams or 50-plus win teams. Yeah, he went to those teams in Phoenix.
Yeah,
that's why his first year there, they went to the finals because they were 50-plus win team prior to him going. He
basically KD, man.
He went to teams that were well established. Now, to use the term ring chasing, we can't even establish it without understanding what that means. LeBron, KD, they get that weight on their back because of the era in which we're in. Social media, there's cemented groundwork that's already been laid of how guys or who are considered the man, the alpha, Superman, Superdog, whatever, is supposed to get their championship. You don't leave your team to do that. LeBron has left every team he's been on, but however, he's won a championship with every team he's been on. KD unfortunately ended up going to a team that he was supposed to beat, and that's all out there that we can discuss, debate, argue, disagree, agree, or whatever. He was supposed to beat that team. He didn't. He went to the team, ended up getting 2 championships, haven't sniffed it again.
At all.
You have guys like Charles Barkley who ended up doing that, but he wasn't ridiculed for it at that time because the narrative today wasn't what that narrative was then.
Thank you.
And so
it's what he did.
Forward, but that is what he did because he also did it with the Houston Rockets.
Yes, that was a change, man.
When he was much older,
he did. God.
No, but
he did it for a ring, Larry.
He did when he was much older. It's the same thing that Carmelo and Gary
had nothing to do with the Rocket trade.
But hold on.
It had everything to do with the best opportunity for me to get a ring.
It's the same thing that Carmelo and Gary Payton did when they went to the Lakers. It's the same thing.
They did that. Gary Payton and Carmelo most definitely.
So what we're going to say? So what we're going to say? Charles Barkley going to a 50-plus win team that was already could be considered a first, second round winning team. He goes to that team. They go to the NBA Finals that next year that he was traded there. We're gonna say that that's not what he did when he forced his way out of Philly.
Yes, thank you. And he gave them a list of where he was going. He wanted to go. He gave them that list. They honored that list.
LA was just in the finals the year before. Portland just made it to the finals that year that they did. And no, actually not the year he didn't, because he ended up going to Phoenix the year after, and then he ended up going to the finals. So every team he went to was either in the finals, in the playoffs, or in the Western Conference.
He went into the finals in '93.
Right. And he was traded when? 92, 93, right? He only played 2 years.
There you go.
So he was traded in 91 or 92.
92, 93. That was his MVP year. That was the year they won the most games with him being there. They made it to the NBA Finals. That team was already made up when he got there. Now, once again, the way we view it then is not how we view it now because of how much these guys are moving.
He did not seek out, like, for instance, like, so what is it when a player like Giannis has a no trade clause? All right. And he has a list of teams that he want to go to. He has that veto power.
Yeah,
Barkley didn't have
he has it, but Barkley did not have that. Barkley didn't have that.
Giannis has a veto power only to an extent where both sides still have to agree. There's still a check and balance.
But see, Barkley didn't even have that. Understand? They didn't have this collective bargaining agreement back then.
He controls where he goes. He controls where he goes.
And so here's the thing: Barkley couldn't
Barkley didn't
necessarily say,
control.
"I'm going to LA,"
Barkley couldn't say
but
I'm
he
going to
gave a
Phoenix.
list
He
of the
couldn't
teams
tell
that
them.
he would
He
be
couldn't
okay
tell them
going to, and it's the
he
same
couldn't tell
daggone
them.
thing.
But the
It's the same
organization,
thing. I'm
the
going to the teams
organization
to give
has
me the
to
best opportunity.
also, yeah, but the organization has to also realize they're going to get something of value back. At that time, the no trade clause wasn't really a thing at that point. So you're absolutely right. But I also agree with Sean P. He gave a list of teams. They chose from the list of teams he had. And based on the teams he had, they also had to realize, okay, we need to either get some picks or we need to get some valuable pieces back. That goes both ways. Because what's the reason for having a player that's disgruntled on your team that you know has the potential and has the star power and caliber of accolades behind them to play and bring and put butts in seats, but they don't want to play for your organization? And Charles Barkley showed them to be that. But then when he left, he got an MVP with a team that was already a 50-plus win team. They were already a 50-plus win team, and he went and got an MVP.
Phoenix, to my Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's how much of that do we really pay attention to at that time? What would be considered super teams or forcing your way out and not getting your way and all of those things kind of go against you, because these guys today are looking back and saying, well, those guys literally did what we're doing today. It's not as blown up to back then as it is today because of social media. Social media makes everything available for people to have a voice and have a response and have something to say and criticize and ridicule these guys. But no one said anything about Pippen and Barkley joining Hakeem Olajuwon in Houston.
Pippen controlled his destiny.
But once again, no one ridiculed him for doing it, though. It was more praise rather than it was criticism. That's the thing that these guys today have said. I understand both sides. But I'm saying that these guys today are like, well, those guys did that too, but y'all not saying anything about them. It's the Jordan asked for Rodman. Jordan actually didn't ask for Rodman. Jerry Krause brought Rodman to Phil Jackson and Jordan and asked him, do y'all think y'all could play with him? And they thought about it. Phil Jackson told Krause, hey, we're going to discuss it. We'll talk about it. Jordan said, we can play with him, but he got to apologize to Pip first. So it wasn't just no Jordan asked for Rodman. No, he didn't ask for Rodman. They realized what that offense and what that organization needed for that point in time, because we have to realize
when they lost
Horace Grant.
Horace Grant.
They realized they needed to replace him, but Horace Grant was more of an offensive threat than just a defensive threat, while Rodman was a better defensive threat and rebounder than Horace Grant was, but not as much offensive, because he sacrificed his game to do what that offense needed and allow other guys to score. But Rodman was a beast from high school on up. And when he got to the NBA is when he realized what his game was, gonna fan out to be, and he bought into what Chuck Daly, his coach at the time, was like, hey, we need you to play defense. And that's what he did. That's how he became a defensive player of the year many times as he did. And a rebound champ, 8-9 years in a row. No one was out rebounding him because he understood the philosophy of rebounding the ball. When the ball spins this way and it hits the front iron, where the ball's going. That's how he's getting those rebounds. So Jerry Krause, as much criticism he received, he did get a lot of appreciation and gratitude, because they realized that he did orchestrate and put together a championship winning team based on what he realized Jordan needed. Now, somebody else may come out and speak on how that really happened, but between Reinsdorf, Phil Jackson, at some point when Phil Jackson really decided to come back into the media and talk. But as far as that goes, they did what they were supposed to do with the team that they drafted. And so even for Barkley, he did unfortunately go to a team that was already made ready in the playoff. They just needed a star. They needed a true star. Kevin Johnson was over there doing his thing. Tom Chambers was over there doing his thing. They brought him. I like
what Sean P said for real, when he said it was a loaded team, because you got a lot of people who say Sean P not even know who was. A lot of people. I didn't even know that, because I'm trying to order me some food, man. I'm hungry.
Man, send some this way. I had a steak, but that wasn't enough. It just made me hungry.
Man, see, you having steak.
Did that come out loud? My bad. I was thinking that.
Nah, but Rev said you made a point with something. When you try to follow him real quick.
I made a lot of points if we stop and listen to what Sean say sometimes.
Well, while we're on this tale of people who went to teams and left teams and for their reason, he did, in fact, LeBron James did leave Miami primarily in 2014 because he felt a deep personal connection to return home, of course, to solidify and win them a championship. But he also had combined concerns about Miami's aging roster and strict organizational structure. Which,
in other words, he wanted Spoelstra out, and that wasn't going to happen.
He wanted Spoelstra out, and Spoelstra ended up in 2 more NBA finals after he left.
Absolutely.
So
let's give it in. Let's kill the LeBron. Let's kill the LeBron apologist part right there. He wanted out. He definitely wanted to win because he gave. That was something he had to go back home and face every year in the off season because he wasn't living in LA then. He had to deal with these people, man. And they wanted what he had. He told me he was going to give him a championship. So he did have a deep desire to win that for them. He came back for that reason primarily. However, they still had a decent roster, but it was an aging roster in Miami.
It was aging, but it wasn't that old because we have to realize at that point in time in LeBron's career, he didn't even like playing with rookies.
He didn't like playing with rookies.
No, he
wanted Spoelstra out because he felt like they could get over that hump without him.
No. I agree with what you're saying, but this also goes against LeBron with what I'm about to say. Does this also show that LeBron is not as coachable as people are trying to claim?
No, he's not because he is the coach on the floor. He's not coachable.
But that's why he has not. But that's why he has not won as much as he should have.
Absolutely. There's such a thing as being such a basketball savant. There's people like myself who are so incredibly intelligent that we can be stupid sometimes.
I mean, look, it does. The cookie does crumble that way. But that also caters more towards another conversation that has been had. If you took Jordan out the triangle office and plugged LeBron, would he be as successful? No, because he's shown not to be coachable.
Right. And here's the thing. And this speaks for Michael's. This is part of Michael's brilliance.
2 more years after that.
Part of Michael's brilliance is before they brought my man the Zen Master.
Talking about Phil Jackson. We losing Sean P.
He bought into Phil Jackson.
Hey, you had cut out a little bit.
Am I back?
Yeah, you had cut out a little bit. So I'm
sorry. Okay, that's fine. This speaks to why Jordan was so successful. It's because he stepped back from what he was available or allowed to do before Phil Jackson got there, which is just basically, hey, y'all, on offense, give Mike the ball and stay out the way. When Phil Jackson got there and Tex Winters, gave them that triangle, he bought into it. He was coachable. He showed his true desire to win based on being coachable. I don't care how much you know about basketball, and I don't believe that LeBron is coachable because I don't believe LeBron will allow for himself to let that ego go enough to have somebody. That's why he doesn't really have a system outside. Somebody bring me a stretch 4 or stretch 5 out here, stretch 3.
And that's what
I'm going to do it my way because this is the way I did it.
He's the system, and that's
he is the system, and that's not what. And that's why it doesn't work. You need to sit your behind down somewhere and let somebody coach you because you think you know what your strengths are, but somebody on the outside looking in can actually see. It's like when you stand on the chessboard, just playing it, man. They miss 1,000 moves, but the guy standing over top and see everything. No, you can't coach yourself.
No.
Especially if you're not going to talk about your weaknesses.
I mean, KD and Kyrie are a prime example of not being able to coach yourself when they wanted to get rid of Steve Nash as a coach.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So I think that, as great as LeBron is, we have to also look at the facts of he wanted Eric Spoelstra gone. Pat Riley runs that shit. Mickey Harrison runs that shit.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And there was no reason to get rid of Spoelstra, man.
It wasn't.
There was no reason for it.
But the evidence to follow was when Eric Spoelstra was able to help that team get to 2 NBA finals as a coach without an actual superstar on the team. Did he have stars and all-stars? Yes. But as far
Yeah.
as a superstar,
But
in
no
the top 10,
superstars.
top 15, top 20, he didn't have that
Nah.
on his team. And he got those teams to the NBA Finals as the coach. Did the players have to go out
Right.
there and perform? Absolutely. But that all
Let's
that
talk-
did was solidify his X and
He Mike
O's
Brown that year.
and how he executes as a coach. Yeah, absolutely.
He was Mike Browning. He was coaching. He understood what he had on his roster and he utilized it to the best of their abilities, not his.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think Eric Spoelstra is a better coach than Mike Brown. That's me though.
Facts. His
Yeah,
resume.
that very well may be true.
Yeah, his
Of
resume
course,
is,
people can
is
debate
stout.
it and argue or whatever, but just based on, and it's not because I'm a Heat fan. It's I've got a chance to see in depth both of those coaches coach as head coaches, and Eric Spoelstra coming from the videography room for the team. So all he could do was watch film and understand the film the way he was watching.
But that's so necessary. People don't understand how necessary film day is, man. That is what made Dennis Rodman the greatest rebounder, man.
Yes, film, bro. Knowing how somebody's going to react to a ball coming off that rim.
Exactly. And he understood how each person shot. He understood the rotation on every person on the opposite team. When they took a shot, he knew how the ball came off. He knew when they were off and when they were on, when it left their hand, and he knew what rotation. I mean, this dude, we want to talk about a doctorate and an understanding rebound.
Skill and a gift.
Sometimes, man, he wouldn't even box out because he didn't want you to know where his body was.
Exactly.
To be able to do that and still get a rebound, like the first thing coach tells you to do to get a rebound is what? Box out.
Put your body
on
somebody.
No. Larry, we're gonna take it. We got to take it a step further with Dennis. He didn't do it to get a rebound. He would do it and get 18, 20 rebounds.
Oh yeah. No,
he had like almost a 7 to 9 year stretch of being a rebounder.
But people forget.
He was like Jordan, but for rebounds.
I'm glad you brought out that point about Jerry Cross wanting Rodman, because people don't understand, man. Rodman was playing himself out the league.
Out the league. He sure
he was. And it wasn't so much that he was playing himself out the league. It was all
he would take his shoes
off
off
the court as well.
Yeah. Well, on the court most.
Yeah, bro.
Living life, but not taking basketball serious at that point.
Well,
no.
I'm talking about he was living life, but not taking basketball and stuff serious.
You tell me what it means.
But that's what fueled his career for him to even be able to do what he was doing. He didn't.
You tell me what it means. You tell me what it means when you call a timeout and somebody's not in that huddle. You tell me what it means when he gets subbed out the game, he takes his shoes out and go to the end of the bench. Now, if that's not conduct detrimental to the team, bro, I go and watch that 95 Spurs and Rockets series. Bro, first of all, I shared this with y'all. The fact that these tall giants, Akeem and David Robinson, went at each other for extended periods of time. I'm talking about like sometimes 39 to 42 minutes. And I mean, they were grueling minutes going at each other. And then to see some of these guys, the way they are now and their conditioning, it just amazes me. And then we say that, well, we got all this technology, but that's another subject. But in that series alone, you saw those timeouts, and Dennis Rodman would go to the bench and not sit in the huddle. Like he just straight up be way on the other side, on the end of the bench. Or if he gets subbed out, he'd take his shoes off.
I'll tell you something real quick. To the point that you're making. I'm sorry. Hold on. We're going to get in here for a minute because I need this to be heard. You made a point.
You there.
You made a great point. We're going to keep it. Hold on. Let me connect in here real new mic. Hold on. Yeah, now I can hear you. Can you hear me now, Larry?
Yeah. We good.
Okay. You make a good point. I want to tell you something. People who build muscle and use weights and all these advanced metrics in sports science to look good. They look good. But
Yeah.
people out there shoveling ditches, people out there baling hay, people out there pulling tractors, they strong. It's a difference. Them old school
Ox.
boys were strong.
Ox.
These old school boys were strong. These new school kids look good.
Did you
And it's
hear
a
what
difference.
you hear Rasheed Wallace talk about Cummings?
Mhm. Hey, look, you remember you? Hey, look, I'm gonna take it back. Our granddaddies used to tell us he got that old man strength.
Got that old man street. He said, man, I was posting Cummings up and I ran into a brick wall.
That's that old man strength.
It's the old man strength, bro.
Yeah,
It never felt, but
some,
just to watch that game, Sean P.
yeah.
And I'm talking about, man, it ain't no slow pace either.
Nah,
Like
man.
they were going at each other, man. And yeah, Akeem got the better part of him, but man, that didn't mean David just sat there and
You know what
and
they used to do back then, Larry? Because I remember when I played ball, we ran the stadium steps. We
yeah,
ran along each concourse.
yeah,
We didn't just do wind sprints from the backcourt to the free throw line, from the backcourt to the 3-point line, back to the backcourt, back to the timeline, back to the backcourt, back to the
suicide.
top of the suicide. We didn't just do that. Before we did suicides, we had to run the stadium, man. We had to get up and run the bleachers, man. We
Yeah.
ran bleachers and we ran all the way around the gymnasium on the bleacher on each row of the bleachers that had a full row. In other words, for us, it was full because we weren't that big of a high school. We go up around the
Oh
first
man.
row. Then when you finish the lap of the first row, you run up those steps to the next opening. You run all the way around the second row. That's called conditioning and endurance. And
Yeah.
that's why they were able to do what they did. These kids now ain't doing that. They on treadmills. They doing Pilates, man. They out doing yoga. Or they
But it
just
ain't
on Facebook.
it's not registering anything though. We got my
Nah.
man, Clergy CB in the building.
CB.
What's going on, Clergy CB? You with us, Doc?
Nah, he muted.
There we go.
CB,
There
there
we
you
go.
go, bro. There you go.
What's going on, Grant? What's going on, man?
Man, I done
Hey
ticked
man,
everybody off, CB. I done ticked everybody
man.
off, but I wasn't necessarily wrong with nothing that I said. I don't understand it. People are just infuriated with me today. Maybe it's the way I said it.
No.
Hey, man, they're going to frenzy right now. LeBron announced Philly. Man, my daughter's at a basketball camp. She texted me at the camp. I said, man, you at the camp? What you doing? Texting me talking about LeBron to Philly. I ain't waste all this money. You at a basketball camp being a beat writer? The hell?
Hey, look. Hey, we don't even want to get into that conversation. Let's just tell her,
Oh man.
yes, LeBron's in Philly, and we're gonna leave it alone.
Oh, yes,
But
we
here's my
do want to
point.
get into that conversation. We not
Oh
No,
finna
no,
go
no.
no.
past that
Here's my
at
problem,
all.
though. Here's my
No,
problem.
no.
My problem is that I don't care what team LeBron went to in the 30-team NBA, how many it is. I don't care what team he went to. The minute he landed, they was gonna call it a super team, and that's what I got a problem with. It wasn't a
It's
super
fine.
team before he got there.
No, well, I'll say
Yep.
this. Cleveland wasn't a super team when he got there.
No, 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 no. I'm talking about in this particular free agency. It doesn't matter where he went. That team would have been considered a super team by
Okay, so
the
let's
pundits.
let's
I don't
let's
agree with
debunk
that. I
that.
don't agree
Let's
with that, but
debunk that.
I'm gonna let you have that one.
Let's debunk that right now. Los Angeles Lakers was not a super team, and the Cleveland Cavaliers, when he went back to him, was not a super team. Again, they got the number one pick for a reason. The Los Angeles Lakers had uh, 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 Lonzo Ball, Julius Randle, and
Brandon Ingram.
Brandon Ingram. Yeah.
We should. I like that core. That core was young. I feel like they would
Man,
have had the right coach to groom them. They just needed some grooming. They had,
that's it.
man.
And LeBron didn't want him, and he got rid of all
I'm gonna
of them.
tell you right now. There are 3 teams that would not necessarily be considered You know
What
they
happened,
are
bro?
the Charlotte Hornets, the Utah Jazz, and questionably the Washington Wizards because of the fact
Repeat
that
that
Trey
first
Young
part.
and AD, because of Young not necessarily being 100% healthy, they're on the backside of that list of whether or not they be considered a super team. However, Utah and Charlotte are the only two teams that would definitely not be considered super teams. Every other team in the NBA would be considered a super team with the addition of LeBron James.
I will tell you
I
this:
totally disagree.
Utah need to.
I don't agree
Number
with it
one,
either. I don't agree. I'm just telling you this is what people say.
I don't agree with that.
Any team with multiple
I don't
all-stars,
either.
hold on, with any
Two
team with
all-stars.
multiple
It's good.
all-stars with the potential of MVP candidates on that same team, those are super
Super
teams.
team.
Period.
Yes.
Yeah,
Any way
yeah.
you want to look at it.
And so, yeah. And they're
Yeah.
trying to say right now
So we can look at all the teams
that
from
only
east down, and we can look at all the teams from west down.
27 teams would be considered. Basically, they're saying, and this ain't me saying it, they're saying that 27 other teams would be considered super teams today had LeBron James decided to join them.
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
That's not true.
But it's teams that have multiple.
But we're not gonna.
Like,
we're
so
not.
if you look at Philly now, they have literally 4 all-stars on their team when they added LeBron.
Right.
There's 4 all-stars on that team right now.
Before LeBron, it was 3.
It's 4 all-stars on that team right now, and no one's even talking about their bench. People keep saying they don't have a
But
bench.
here's where I have a problem.
Anthony Simons is on their bench.
Here's where I have a problem.
Anthony Simons is on the Philadelphia.
Here's where I have a problem.
He's a 20 plus per game scorer in this league.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
But people
here comes the LeBron problem.
Dean
and Clergy
is on that team.
Clergy and Deacon. Here's where I have a problem. Here's where I get the problem from.
Come on, bring it.
When I'm the LeBron apologist. No, I am the basketball realist. Because when I sit here and look at 42, about to be 43-year-old man who is no longer in his prime, but does still have an excellent basketball game, he ain't what he was. We know he ain't what he was. Can we still consider him for who he was when he's not that person no more? He is not that player. He doesn't have that explosion like he had. He has it in moments, but he got it in flashes. And I don't care how much you take care of your body. Father Time does not give up for anybody. He gives nobody quarters. He catches us all. Tom Brady, everybody. So we cannot keep calling him just because he may have been the greatest player in the league during a period of point in time. We know he's a shadow of that. Now he's not that dude. He can just because he knows enough and is experienced enough. He's experienced enough in past his prime. What's arguable? That he's one of the greatest, and that he's still the greatest basketball player.
Him being the greatest player in the league for a long period of time. That's arguable.
Well, he was for a period of time. He was, he was his shoulders at one time. You understand me? He was dominant at one time. He was very dominant, especially like right around the time that he got to Miami, man. It was nothing like that.
People would say he dominated the league for 20 years, and you don't dominate a league when you don't dominate a league.
No, he did not. He did not. He didn't even dominate the league until he really got to Miami.
I know.
I don't say that.
So I do. I seen it. I see when that was
after 2011, yes, but up to 2011, no. He pooped his pants then. I can't even say
no, absolutely not. No. But I'm saying he had his point.
The unpopular opinion is LeBron never dominated the league.
Okay.
He had.
Okay.
Now he dominated the East. He dominated the East. Yes.
Mm.
Okay.
But he did not dominate.
I need to keep listening to where you're going with. I need to finish hearing.
And here's where I got an argument against that.
I'm done. Yeah, I'm done.
There's only one team that has a winning record against LeBron. So how could he not been dominating? How could he not been dominating the league? If only one team had a winning record against him during those years, only one team out of 30 teams had a winning record. How does he not be considered dominating the league? We ain't talking about we just talking about just record wise right now. The championships he got those during that period of point in time. We can talk about that too, but we talk about that period of point in time. Yeah, he won some chips now in that time. Two, not only one team and had a winning record against him.
I
One
got
team.
two. I got two.
And made the league.
I got to throw San Antonio in there.
I got San Antonio, yeah. Golden State and San Antonio. Yeah,
We're not talking about finals. I'm about finals. We're talking about records, period. Winning records.
That's what matters though. Finals. I don't count
If, no,
anything.
if you said 3-1, then that does matter then, because that's where the 3-1 come from, is the finals.
And guess what? The Denver Nuggets are the only NBA franchise during that time. Even then, they're winning records over him.
No,
And that's regular season. There's several having records over him in postseason.
You talking about when he was
But
with the
during that
Lakers?
stretch of time, only the Nuggets, man. The Nuggets. No, I'm talking about period, man. In his entire period. Only one team. Period.
No.
The Nuggets.
No.
You talking about later? You talking about later in his career, not
Hey,
his
this
whole
is
22, 23 year career. Right?
no. I'm saying if you
Yeah,
go
you
through his
talking
whole
about the
23
Lakers.
year career,
With the
still would be the
Lakers.
Nuggets. No, I'm talking
you
about
saying-
from the
are you sitting
time
there
he
telling me-
started playing in Miami through his prime, when he was winning his chips and he was in his absolute prime. It was still only one team that had a winning record against him, and it was still only the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, I see San Antonio putting some, and I see the Golden State Warriors. Shoot, I see the Boston Celtics. See Orlando Magic. Ooh, I got Dallas Mavericks. And see, that's the thing in all of this,
Excuse me.
man.
Hold on.
All this chasing,
It's
and
literally
the
only.
failures.
It's look. We can go ahead and kill it. It's only.
Hey, hold on. My
It's only
bad.
Denver Nuggets. It's only Denver Nuggets.
Thank you. Absolutely. I don't come on to talk.
I don't go.
I'm saying as far as a head-to-head regular season,
I don't go for
and
that because
postseason, it's the Denver Nuggets.
yes, and Kobe is 6-16 against LeBron's teams.
Yeah, we know that.
So what?
But the point of the matter is so what when it comes to that?
That's not dominating.
But Mike is 6-0 when it comes to rings. We gotta stop changing stuff
You can't change. But you sit here talking about season records. What are we doing?
But I made it a point.
What the hell are you doing, man?
To play on because okay, let's say the Spurs, they got a winning record against him overall in playoffs, right? Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the last one was embarrassing. It was, to me, it was worse than the sweep. Yeah. What year was that, Ace? I know you know. Probably got it tattooed on yourself somewhere. That hurt.
He said he got a tattoo.
What you said?
He got the tattoo.
Yeah, I'm just saying that one because that one hurt.
For which one? You talking about when
that last chip that San Antonio beat LeBron in Miami.
14.
Yeah, I knew he knew.
2014, because they beat him 2 years back to back, 13 and 14.
No.
Yeah, they did.
They didn't win back to back against San Antonio.
No, San Antonio won back to back. They won the 2014 finals. I'm saying they beat them though back to back. 2013, they beat them. I ain't talking about for the finals. I'm talking about in the playoffs. I'm talking about just playoffs.
No, well, the only way they're gonna meet in the playoffs is the finals. What are we doing tonight? Oh, this is the Twilight
Okay,
Zone?
hold on. In 2013, they lost.
They lost.
The San Antonio Spurs.
The San Antonio Spurs lost that year.
Okay.
And then they ran it back in 14 and won.
Okay, so hold on. So then it was 20. So then, if that's the case, then we talk about the 2007 San Antonio won, right?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that 2014.
Okay, I'm just trying to get my years correct. That's all. I'm
Yeah,
trying to get my years right.
the 2014 hurt more than that sweep. Is what I'm
Okay,
saying.
well, that was the finals. That's why. That was the
No,
ring.
no, the 2007 sweep of the San Antonio Spurs on the Cavs was not worse than the San Antonio Spurs beating Cleveland in 2014. I'm sorry,
That's
beating
what I
Miami
just said
in
because
2020.
it's different with. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah. You
See,
gotta
when injuries take place, everything go out the window.
that's
When
Yeah.
D Wade's knees was shot completely, and you can kind of tell he was dwindling down. Cool.
Well,
Nothing. Hold on.
you're right.
But hold on. Nothing was wrong with LeBron in 2011.
No, no, it wasn't.
Nothing.
so you saying something was wrong with D Wade in 2014?
Yeah. That catered to the aging roster, which is why LeBron left. Because Dwayne Wade's older than LeBron.
Yeah, and so was Gas.
Remember, they came in the same draft class. D Wade is much older than LeBron.
Yeah,
They're not
D
close to
Wade
age.
graduated from college.
Like D
You
Wade is
understand me?
4 or 5 years older than
I
LeBron.
mean,
LeBron came out of high
Exactly.
school.
and well, Wade had knee problems in Marquette though.
No, I know.
We know that.
But no,
And
we know
on
that.
top of that,
At that
and
point in
on
time,
top of that, he put in 4 years of playing at Marquette. And I want to say, didn't he have a red shirt or hardship year? A hardship year.
So it was 3 years actually, but he did go back to finish his degree. So you do have a point there. It's just you got to realize D Wade's game, how he played at 6'4".
Right.
At reckless
Right.
at times.
Like he played
He's
very
on
reckless.
the floor
Yeah.
every time going to the cup. He on the
Right.
court every time he going to the cup on the ground.
It was a
Everything.
combination of Allen Iverson and Michael Jordan to a degree. He coming at you.
He come from that hard nose, get it from the mud. I got to show you what I got because I don't know how much time I'm gonna have to do it. Type of mindset. So at 6, but once again, we're talking about a shooting guard at 6'4".
Right.
As athletic as he was, minimum size for shooting guards in the league was 6'5", 6'6".
Exactly. He was undersized for a shooting guard.
So to take that into
that's 6'4" with shoes on.
Look, because he was like 6.
Oh man.
2.5, 6, 3.5, depending on what shoes he wearing.
Exactly.
So now we take that, and now you add the explosiveness that he played with bad knees at the same time.
Right.
Similar
With
to
the
the
college
same
dog.
bad knees that Brandon Roy played with. Grant Hill didn't have good ankle knee problems. Trace McGrady, bad back, bad knees, bad hips.
I'm surprised that Steph Curry is still in with his ankles.
But once again, D Wade is undersized compared to all those players I just named, being Grant Hill, McGrady, and Brandon Roy. So he's been blessed to be able to have the career that he had. So even getting into 2014 with LeBron helping stretch his career, being able to play, y'all knew that he had knee problems. He had knee problems when he was drafted.
Yeah.
Yes.
But in 2011, that didn't stop him from making sure that y'all was able to at least get over the hump and get there. If the other second best, if the best player, the greatest player in the world, who's being considered to be the greatest player in the world, at least showed up. 22 points.
There was a change.
He was the fifth leading scorer for that series behind D Wade, Dirk Nowitzki, Chris Bosh, and Jason Terry.
Right.
After you've been averaging and having a what you would consider to be an MVP caliber year and get to the finals. I mean, they've cupped it together to be a collective reason why they lost. But LeBron has also came out and said he take full ownership of why they lost, and I respect that. But that also is why he's not the GAOT for me or GOAT.
Yeah, here's the other thing. Here's the other thing now. I keep seeing on the internet how everybody says he blames Spoelstra and everybody else for that. He did not. He took complete ownership. This is what I'm saying. This is why he calls me a LeBron apologist. But it's just I like the truth. Let everybody's merits be on one accord, and let that accord be truth and data that we can actually give some calculations, and because we can't add up our feelings, how we feel. I feel Dr. J was that monster, but Michael Jordan is my GOAT. I feel that LeBron, because he's done some questionable stuff off season and made some wild decisions has nothing to. I only can count what he does on the court, man.
But if you say all the right things, but your actions are saying something else, like, bro, I don't care about what somebody says. I'm a preacher's kid, bro. I could
We
care less
both,
about
we
what
both
somebody
are.
says. I
We
look at
both
your
are.
actions. I look at your actions. So he can
I
take
can't
it.
even
He can
judge.
fall
I
on
look
the.
at what your
He can fall on the
contribution
sword.
is.
He can fall on the sword all he want. But when I see a Negro on the floor doing this, no, dog. And that's what he
Here's,
did when
here's
he
my
fell
thing.
on the sword, but at the same time he wanted Spoelstra gone. Man, come on, man.
Come on, man. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. And I'm going to compare it to this: Barry Sanders and Emmitt Smith. Emmitt
Barry
Smith.
Sanders all day. We're gonna end this right now. If you give
Thank you,
Barry
CB.
Sanders that
So
Dallas Cowboys
hold on,
line, man,
hold
he would
on.
have 1,000. He would have
Thank you.
100,000 yard rushing.
He tried
My
to have
goodness,
6 rings.
man, come on.
What? Again, a
You
LeBron
put
apologist. You gotta be kidding me. That's your point?
There's
Man,
no
hold on, dog.
apology in it. I'm not
Hold on,
saying that
man.
LeBron is the Barry James of basketball. That's not what I'm saying. I want you to listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying that this is where we keep running into a problem. There's no doubt that Emmitt Smith holds the all-time record. There's no doubt that LeBron holds the all-time record. But there's no doubt in my mind that Barry Sanders is the greatest, most exciting thing that I've ever seen on a football field. And there's no doubt in my mind that Michael Jordan is the greatest thing that I've ever seen on a basketball court. Kill that LeBron apology bullshitty, my man. It's not. Facts are facts.
You brought up
I test and what he
Barry
does and how
Sanders.
I feel
You
about
brought
it.
up
Yes,
Barry
Barry Sanders.
Sanders, who retired early, to a Emmitt
Uh-huh.
Smith.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you something. Emmitt Smith wouldn't hold that record. Barry would have broke it within the next year or 2 years, long before Emmitt Smith ran himself into the ground trying to get Walter Payton's record. The man was putting up close to 15. If it wasn't 1,500 yards a season for 8 seasons, dude, he was the greatest thing on earth when it came to
But
running
what is
backs.
what is your point?
My
hey,
point
hey,
is,
hey,
when
hey, hey,
everybody
Trusty,
says
take
who's the greatest, me and CB says Barry Sanders. But you got too many people out there who give that to Emmitt Smith. Why? Because Emmitt got the rings and he got the
Only
most yards.
only Cowboy fans say that. But what
well,
There's a whole
Cowboy
lot of
fans is
people that
losing,
say
man.
that.
what is your point? What does that have to do with LeBron, dog?
So here's the point that I'm making again. We cannot keep pushing aside what he has accomplished. Because here's the thing. I can go through and rather than like we talk about it, I'm gonna take it away from Mike for a minute. Let's talk about Kobe's last 17 years because already know he didn't play his rookie season, barely his second season. He didn't start really until his third season. So let's take his last 17 and let's take LeBron's first 17. If you put them together, LeBron is the far superior overall, period. Kobe got
Of
one more
who?
championship. He
Of
got
who?
one more championship, but
Of
LeBron had
who?
one extra finals MVP. LeBron had way more league MVPs, 3 more. I think he had 4 to Kobe's 1 or 3 to Kobe's 1 at that time. I'm telling you, if you look at the accolades, you look at the statistical data, you look at and just put a head up and you didn't put no name over the top and said this guy against this guy. You're gonna look at LeBron's side and say, damn, 27, 7 and 7. This guy's 26, 5 and 3. Man, shoot, the 27, 7 and 7. Well, guess what? That's LeBron. The one with you know what Kobe did have? He had 12 defensive first to LeBron's 6 defensive first. He had that. That is the only stat that he dominated LeBron in. Everything else, LeBron dominates Kobe. And we can't keep just saying, well, nah, because of the eye test. The eye test don't count at that
Two
point.
different positions
Oh man.
and two different
But you keep
assignments.
rating if it's 2 different assignments and 2 different positions, then stop putting the man against Jordan. You can't do it
I've
for one
never
and
put
not for
I've
the
never
other.
put
That's
LeBron.
all anybody ever does.
I've
Oh my
never
G,
put LeBron
Lord
over
have mercy.
Jordan. I don't
I never
compare
put him
LeBron to
over
Jordan.
Jordan. I don't put him over Jordan. What I'm saying is the criteria that you're using keeps changing when it comes to LeBron. I'm
No, it does
saying that's
not.
every.
He
You're
lost in
right. You
2011. That's game over.
no. Your
He
criteria
pooped
for
the
him.
he
No.
pooped the
Your
bed in
criteria for him.
2011.
Your
There is no
criteria for
argument.
him. He switched team. He ain't got that dog mentality.
No, he
The eye
doesn't.
test. The eye test tells me that Kobe. Man, the eye
I swear
test.
to
Man, you
God.
need to poke your eyes out.
I swear to
Hey,
Because
God,
look,
bro.
everybody who watches a game
I
sees
swear to
who they
God,
want
bro.
to see and who they admire, and you admire how they play, and
I
you
look.
like
swear to
that.
God.
Hey,
That's where the
listen.
eye test come in.
Hey, look. I'm gonna tell you what the eye test tell you, and the Lakers fans and true Lakers fans, not fans of just a player.
Why am
Right.
I moving the goalposts? I ain't said nothing the last 15
Say,
minutes, Jay.
We're not talking about it right now. Well, overall, I'm saying
no,
when
no,
you
no,
say that they're two different positions,
no.
so we can't compare Kobe and LeBron. Then how can we compare Mike and LeBron?
I don't, I
That's
don't,
what
I
I'm
don't,
saying.
dis, I don't disagree
I've
with that. I
never
don't disagree with that.
compared them.
I
I
don't
don't
disagree with
compare
that.
them.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I don't
But if
disagree with
we're
that. I
going to
was gonna
do it,
speak on
then
your.
we have to use the same criteria for both.
I
We
was gonna
can't
speak
keep
to.
picking and cherry picking what we're going to use. It has to be an unbiased, analytical look. We can't say what we saw. I like the way he played better because that doesn't count.
That's not
We
eye
that's
test.
feelings.
Trustee. I don't want us to get too far off. I actually want to speak on the
Yeah,
point that you said that
go for it.
LeBron dominates Kobe in every other statistical category besides defense. But we have to realize Kobe was also considered one of the best, if not the best, offensive player in the league at the same time.
Absolutely, he was.
So,
I'm not
so,
taking any of that away from him.
so, with me saying that is
Oh, you have.
the other things that
Mm-mm.
LeBron does, so the other things that LeBron does well would mean he has to rely on his teammates to produce when he can't. While
Right.
we're speaking in the sense of Kobe, he doesn't because he can take that shot and get his shot at any point in time, and
Absolutely.
and even if he's been considered to be as inefficient than your other shooting guards in the league, whether you're talking about your MJs, even your KD, who's a small forward, played the power forward, can play shooting guard, Tracy McGrady at times, Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, whatever. Kobe is still that player that you would not leave open if he gets to his spot.
And here's the I think
However, LeBron's not the same because when you actually break down LeBron's numbers, as efficient as he is, and he's averaging his numbers, the further he gets away from the basket, his percentage
the
drops.
less efficiency is. You're absolutely right. But this is what I was getting at entirely.
Okay, I'll let you finish and I'll finish.
And let me entirely, and this is what we spoke about earlier. Using the same level of criteria. If we say player over, replacement value, if we say plus minus, if we do all of those different things, that those metrics that they're using, and use the same time frames for each one, so that way we got an unbiased view. We have, when they're starting, when their initial first Mike don't have 17 years. We're gonna go with 13 with Mike. Okay, we go 13 of Kobe's and go with LeBron's first 13. We do those and do those only in every single aspect that you put it, without saying, well, this guy was a leader. If we just put these rings, that blah blah blah. Michael Jordan's number one. LeBron is number two. Kobe is number three, using that criteria with an unbiased look. You can
in
shout out
13 you said for a 13-year period.
for that 13-year period. If you take their first 13 years, because Mike only played for 13. So I got to go with the 13 years as him as starter. I go with
That's
Kobe starting from his third year when he started for 13 years, and then LeBron's first 13 years in the league. The plus minus. LeBron has a huge lead in plus minus. However, overall, Michael has the best overall statistical data through that time, including rings, including pretty much the metrics. Says Mike is hands down the number one. I agree 100% with
and
that.
I can see why with Kobe Bryant playing in the same offense. But man, the only thing that I can say, even though we say that LeBron, defeats Kobe in every metric besides being the best offensive player while also being the best defensive
But those
player.
are accolades. Hold on,
No,
because
no, no,
those
no,
are accolades too. Yeah, I want you to understand.
They're accolades, but there are things that kind of show what you're able to do and showcase your talent.
hmm
LeBron still to this day has a flaw to his game that Kobe Bryant and MJ never had.
Understandable. Again,
so that
again,
so for me,
I'm
that
only
that's what
taking
I'm
into
saying. What I'm saying.
consideration those
But
things
hold
that
on,
I can measure.
Hold on. But if we're gonna say we want a flawless player, LeBron technically wouldn't even be the flawless player that you would want.
No, I'm not saying that. Again, I'm not a LeBron fan. Let's get this straight and clear. All I'm saying is,
Based on Rev, you
based
are.
on yeah, let him tell it, but I'm not saying it. What I'm saying is, you
I ain't
cannot
said a word.
give an unbiased. If I'm giving, I love Mike, man, but I'm going to give an unbiased view and take away how I feel about how magnificent it was watching him fly through the air. That's
Exactly.
me looking. That's
Exactly.
me watching the game as a fan. Let me
And
take
then
away my fandom
and then
and just look at it from the statistical standpoint.
why we not talking about Karl Malone?
Carl was a beast. Carl was an absolute beast. If we want to compare somebody to LeBron, we need to take him to the Karl Malones, Magic Johnson, Larry Birds, to the James Worthies. That's who
I
we need to be
disagree, Jack.
comparing this man. You got to
I
start
disagree,
comparing
Jack.
him to the position that he plays if you want to compare him to people.
Jack, Kobe wasn't no Robin, man. Kobe was Batman and Shaq was Superman.
Well, we understand that. We understand that. I'm not taking anything away from Kobe. What I'm doing is showing that statistically, it does not favor him.
We're responding to Jack. We're responding to.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't want to take anything away from the great Kobe Bryant. All I'm saying is, if you put people on a common common analytical thread. This is the spreadsheet that we're using. This is it. This is what we have to work on. When you do that, which is what they do to give out who even if they took away the accolades and only work with statistics, look, Jordan still is coming out number one because of his efficiency, his value over replacement. Jordan is number one. Plus minus goes to LeBron. I will say that, but number two goes to Jordan. And the only reason why LeBron right now has such a large plus minus is because of the amount of years that he's played. That's all. That's a longevity for that particular one.
So
if I had to leave it within the range of what I said, those 13 years, Jordan is so far above him or Kobe that it kills any argument about who the GOAT is.
But it's not even, like I said, after 2011, it's not even an argument anymore, bro.
Yeah, but this is the thing. We're talking about a failure in one series in the NBA series. I don't care about one series. I'm telling you about it does not favor him, period.
It's not just one series, though.
I'm saying history doesn't favor him. Not that series, not any of that. History does not favor him for being the GOAT.
It's not about
but it also does not favor him for being like not in the top five.
Trustee, it's not about it not favoring him, though. Whether he's favored in some, whether he's favored in some final,
the lollipop kill, the lollipop.
I don't know what is happening right now.
We represent
it's all crazy. That's what I'm telling you.
You know what?
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, trustee, I'm gonna let clergy. I'm gonna let clergy jump in here because I don't know what just happened.
Hey,
clergy,
man. I'm on the road, man, and I heard that, man. I thought I had to pull over, put my signal on or something, man. I'm like, well, what's really going on right now?
Man.
I'm on 290 driving, man. I'm like, wait a minute.
I had to reset the atmosphere because the apologists just left the stage, man. So I had that man been a LeBron.
Man, I always say, man,
48 hours.
Nah, man, I'm not an apologist. All I'm asking for is a fair review. See, let's get past. Oh, he made super teams, because now that what you just done is you've taken away from what he's done on the court based on a decision that he made off the court. I'm saying let's keep it to what has been accomplished on the court. In those parameters, you cannot take that man out of the top five. That's all I'm saying. That's all that I'm saying. That's it.
Go minuscule.
How I feel about him personally does not matter.
Trustee, it's not about to go well if you really believe that.
Brush,
I promise, man. I'm gonna explain it too. If Clergy and Rev don't have anything to say, I'm gonna explain it.
Man, go.
Let
me say this.
Clergy was saying something too, but go ahead.
Hold on. Okay, let's go minuscule for a minute here. Okay, and this is the problem that I have with LeBron, who has this great high IQ. You mentioned the Denver Nuggets. Darvin Ham last year as the Lakers coach.
Yeah,
that was a very winnable series. Okay,
it was.
But LeBron chose to take it out of AD hands in the last 3 minutes of that game when it was AD that carried them to that place.
I'm about to beat you down in the head. I'm telling you right now. Let's go ahead and keep talking. Speak, brother. Preach.
In the last 2 minutes,
preach, brother. Preach.
AD didn't even touch the ball.
No, he didn't. Preach. And he carried that team on all the way to that point, didn't he?
I said when they gave the ball to AD, they were successful. Why? Because
absolutely
he was putting Joker in some places that Joker didn't want to be.
Absolutely, and he dominated.
So there are. I wouldn't say dominate. I wouldn't say that.
Okay, he was killing.
You don't know what you're gonna get out of AD. You might.
That's true, but I'm saying that. But that point, no, he was killing them though. He was we're talking about that series. We're talking about that series. He was killing them.
I wouldn't say killing them because that goes both ways, and Joker still kind of having his way.
Well, we know Joker gonna be the Joker, but I'm just saying AD was doing his thing. He was carrying LA.
No,
AD did this thing in 2020.
Yeah. Carrying LA.
We ain't got to go that far back, but what I'm gonna say about this GOAT debate thing that we're speaking about with LeBron, because it happens in sports, it happens in life. With all praises and adulation, there will be ridicules and criticism. The only problem is that typically LeBron fans don't want him to be criticized or ridiculed when we're literally watching it live and happen in front of us. You spoke about it a stream or two ago that this is the era of cancel culture. You can't say anything about someone that somebody else like. Because
they sensitive.
Now, mind you,
they get too sensitive.
But even though it's the truth, now there is a way to deliver something. If it's something that shouldn't be on display, or if it is something that is private or whatever, his life is not private because what he does as a sport and what he does to put food on the table for his family, besides endorsement deals behind the closed doors, basketball. That is in front of us for us to see. So to sit, not but for anyone else to sit there and say that, well, y'all can't ridicule him because these guys did it. Well, we're effectively communicating. We're not even talking about them. We're talking about him. Don't bring up somebody else when we're talking about him. This is happening in front of us right now.
Yeah.
So the thing is, for me, is anybody who considers anybody to be a GOAT, like some of these guys, they consider Paul George and KD to be their GOAT, they don't even need to have the accolades for it because they don't.
Bruh, this is what I keep telling you when I'm telling you that they don't love the game of basketball anymore. Number one, I don't care who feels somewhere. They don't love the team that they love their player. Everybody has a player, and to them, that player is the GOAT.
But we have to realize though, at a point in time, players are who were the advocates for guys to enjoy the game. No one understood the game when you were coming up, and even before you, if they didn't see a Wilt Chamberlain put up the numbers that he was putting up, Pistol Pete Maravich putting up the numbers he was putting up, Walt Frazier, so these guys.
Yeah, Elgin Baylor, Dr. J, Oscar Robinson, Jerry West.
Right, there are vessels that are placed for you to find yourself to love the game.
George Mikan, people don't realize he was that first big center.
Look, George Gervin, David Thompson.
Yeah, the Iceman.
You have those guys that are the vessels that allow you to gravitate towards the game. But then at a point in time, it was, hey, you like this team or you don't. And that's where the era was. Now it's all this player movement. You have a choice to do this and do that. But man, there are guys who believe Paul George is their GOAT. But Paul George has not won anything.
Right.
And I mean anything. He's made probably the most money out of a lot of these stars in the league and over time.
Yeah,
But he hasn't won anything. No MVPs, no All-Star MVPs, the All NBAs, the defensive selections, all those things. He's not on the high totem pole of it, but some guys still consider him to be their GOAT. So the only reason I brought it up is because if guys consider someone to be their GOAT, it doesn't even matter what they win or lose. It's because they see the player of who they are and what they're.
No, they're the GOAT because they're out there securing the bag.
Right.
Understand, we live in a secure your bag culture. So the player, regardless of whether he's an all-star, whether or not he's on the list of GOATs, whether or not he wins a ring, if he's securing that bag, he's drawing the attention of these children. Because that's what they all live off of. Drawing, man, we gotta get this bag, we gotta grab that bag. Slim getting that cake. That's my dude right here, man. He just set an all-time NBA record. Look at this. That's my man. I'm going with the boy. Probably can. He might be a right hand. It don't matter. They don't care. They ain't watching him. All they know is what they read off of social media and a few YouTube clips or live videos that they saw. Half these kids ain't sitting down for a whole game. Their ADD won't let them. Got quiet.
No, it's not that we got quiet. You know, it's just we want to make sure that our listeners can keep up with where we at. So, Rev, I'm gonna just ask you, make sure we remind the listeners where we at, brother.
Not a problem, sir.
When the weekend turns to Monday and the stars begin to shine, we're bringing you a message that'll stand the test of time. We got the wisdom in the building, keeping everything secure. A late night conversation that is positive and pure. Turn your radio up, tell your family and your friends. This is where the true community connection begins. It's a place for inspiration, it's a place for real talk. The most uplifting hour on your late night walk. We got Trusty Sean P, keeping everything on track. Deacon King Ace holding down the back, and God in the ship with a word so clear. Reverend Larry on the mic is here. Trusty Sean P, Deacon King Ace, and your host, Reverend Larry. The mic is live right now.
Welcome back. This is Late Night Talk with Reverend Larry. Decision 3.0. Yeah, I called it that. That's what we are. That's what we're dealing with. That's what we're dealing with. That's what we up.
Oh, 2.0 is when he went back to Cleveland. I got you.
Honestly,
technically, it should be 4. It should be 4.0.
It should be 4.0 for real, if that's the way you want to carry it. I consider it 2.0 because he
said
really
it 3.0
he made up his
because
mind on like real early. The first, going to LA, he was like right off the bat. He let us know what he was doing when he went to LA. The only ones who was really kind of questionable because he let us know when he was going back to Cleveland as well. He didn't really hold on to that one. It was that first one that was just out of the blue. And then this one, when he just held up free agency, just really, we don't even really know why. Yeah, I don't see any respectable reason why he couldn't have been told us he was going to Philly. It was something else going on behind the scenes, I think, and we're going to find out shortly.
I mean, it was the most obvious choice. It was the most obvious choice.
Was it? I don't know. I felt like Cleveland was the most obvious choice between that and Golden State.
But
as bad as Golden State came out.
You wanted to ruin my birthday talking about him going back to Miami. That's what you wanted to do.
I never thought that, honestly. I really didn't think that. And the reason why I never thought that is because Pat Riley's still down there. He ain't caving in to Bron the first time. Bron knows he's not going to cave into him again.
I mean, I can see that too. But, man, we also had a few things we was talking about tonight. Clergy, you weren't here, but we had a segment where we was going to be talking about, like, the best six-man in NBA history. And we at least have 4 names off the rip. One of the guys is like the pioneer of the position, and then we can kind of dwindle off of who we honestly believe would be the best six man, and if their potential role or initial role was for them to be a six man. And so, if y'all would like, I can give y'all the four that we discussed, and we can run with it.
Go
I mean,
for
you
it.
can run with it, but I got a
let's
better
pick it up.
subject since the decision 3.0 hit.
Okay, we're gonna hold off on the six man of the year. Come on, Rev. What you got, Rev?
I'm about to say something.
Oh man, here he go. Here he go.
I'm not But we're gonna keep tonight's show short and sweet. We got 30 more minutes in this show. Look.
Well, let's get some of it together then.
Okay, look. Your top 8 in the East. Go.
Ooh, okay.
Come on, man.
I give you 4 right now.
Since
But
we
the
got
last 4, we don't know.
Pull your pens out.
Since we got clergy out, we're gonna let him roll first.
Where your mouth board at?
He say pull your pens out.
Pull your pens out, man.
Look, clergy on the road, so he ain't gonna remember his unless we remind him too. So
each my pens. I'm like, how much? I already got my top 4. That bottom 4 is gonna be. Whew.
But you're saying top 8 in each conference, or top in one conference, or in the league?
Oh.
Rev.
Hold on, man, because DoorDash tripping, bro.
Uh-oh. So while we're on the topic, clergy, let's go ahead with just 4 and 4 then.
Yeah, go with what's your top 4 for right now?
East.
And you said the East, right?
Yes.
Yeah, no particular order. Boston, Philly, Cleveland, New York.
Got my sister in the building. Good evening, sis. Y'all
Welcome
say hi, my
sis. What's up? So
Hello.
So you did say Cleveland?
Yeah, Cleveland, New York,
and I'm
Boston.
Whoa.
They don't even have a point guard.
And we're naming them in order.
Oh,
okay.
Well, he said no particular order before he said it.
We're not doing throw them on the wall and hope they stick. No, we're not doing that.
Okay, all right. Well, number one, New York. Got to show respect. I mean, they are the reigning champions. Number 2, I'm gonna go Boston. 3, Philly. 4, Cleveland.
Ooh, that was tough. What you got, Trustee?
Whoa.
Trustee, I'm gonna start.
Your top 4 is
that's his top 1 East. That's top 4 East.
He said his top 4 is.
His top 4 was the New York Knicks, Boston Celtics, Philadelphia 76ers, and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yep.
I was start from 4 and go to 2. Go to 1. All right. My number 4 team is the Detroit Pistons. You can't tell me a team coming off a 60-win season pretty much kept the best of their components and added a little bit is going to drop out of that race. All right. Number 3 is the Celtics. Number 2 is the Sixers, and number 1 is the Knicks.
Respect.
All right. So
this Negro got. I'm saying he got Miami in the top 4. That's why he laughing right now. This fool got Miami in the top 4.
It's not that I only have him in the top 4. It's
you got them being the top seed.
Mine about to be completely different than y'all's, just because I understand how this is gonna go when the league when everything transpires. So for number 1,
he didn't already figure out injury time and everything.
So
time management.
Come on, man. So for number 1, out of respect for the championship team, I will give them the number 1 spot.
Man, you know.
Okay.
I'm gonna give them the number 1 spot. We're doing it based off of the currently constructed rosters, not based on pending.
Yes, we are. We're going off of what we got as of right now today.
As of today. Okay.
July the 24th at 9:50, 10 o'clock on your end, 11 o'clock on mine.
Okay. So New York Knicks number 1. I'm gonna take Philly at number 2. I'm gonna take my Heat at 3. And I'm still sticking with the Wizards at 4.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm not going there. I got them a little bit further down the list. I got them between maybe 5, maybe 6, round 6 right now, 6 or 7. And and that's just because I can't trust AD and Young to stay healthy for them to be able to do what they need to do to be higher. If I
So,
felt like they had 200%, it's out of AD, even with everything that they picked up, man. I'm
mhm.
telling you, if you cannot keep AD and Trey Young on the court, that team is going to be just what they have been for so many years, the most exciting losing team you've ever seen.
So, man, the only thing is that this year leading into the series, the season, they have no reason not to be healthy. None of them went to the
Yeah, we
playoffs.
think that.
No. I'm serious though. None
Yeah,
of them
you're
went to
right,
the
though. I know
playoffs.
100. This
All
is
of
the
them,
way it should be.
all of them have been off. They didn't play any Olympic basketball or FIBA or anything.
Nope.
They
Nope. They
have
should
no
have
reason
plenty of
not to
rest.
come back healthy. They have no reason not to come back healthy. By the way,
I'm
both of them
sorry,
actually
but
took the whole year off. AD played a few games with Dallas here and there, but they both practically took the entire year off. So coming back not healthy is not an option, which is why the Wizards didn't
yeah.
give him that max extent, that max
Well,
contract.
we have another name for DC. It's called ML City. And that means Murphy's Law City. It means anything that can go wrong has gone wrong for all of our sports teams through so many decades that we just don't go that far out there and say we got a Super Bowl winner, we got an NBA champion, or even we got an NHL or Major League champ. We don't do that. We don't do it. What we say is it looks good on paper. I'm serious. That way we don't get our hopes up. It's not that we don't have any faith whatsoever, but we understand what it looks good on paper. Man, we've seen some of the most incredibly heinous things happen to our teams out of the blue. That just like, what the heck? Last year, it was JD, JD5. Daniels went down. The
Man,
year before that, man, we played in NFC final. Come on, man. The conference final,
yeah.
conference championship. You know what I'm saying? With a healthy JD.
Mhm.
And these guys are out there playing for this dude. Now you add some pieces, and then the pieces start falling apart, man. We keep
Sounds
seeing
about
this.
right.
So understand when I tell you that. As much as I agree with you in spirit, I'm a Wizards fan.
That's why he said in
And
spirit.
he was
You
setting you
know,
up.
in spirit, but in reality, it's been our reality, man. Then let's just stick around 7 to 8, and that's really reaching right now. Because be honest with you, if things go like they go for the Wizards, it might be 10th and 11th for real. But I see them on paper as being able to crack that 4 if some of those other teams start to falter and get injuries or just don't mesh correctly.
Man, the thing that we don't really, cater in is that the young talent that they have around them too, to help
Yeah,
pick up those
yeah.
pieces for them. And the reason why we bring up AD so much, but they do have Alex Sarr and they do have DA to back him up. So some games he's not going to have to play. That way,
Do we think
which they
some of these?
can preserve his body. Now Trey
Yeah,
Young on the other end, they can sit him depending on his age and what ailing injuries he may have. They have Trey Johnson there, and then you have AJ DeBancer there. So
Right.
they had Hardy as a guard. I don't know if they traded him away, but like they have other pieces to fill in just to see what the team can do when their star is technically out. Because at
I
the
got a
same,
crazy question coming up for you.
come on, let's go with it.
Yeah, given what you're just talking about, do you think maybe some of these coaches might start taking a page out of Mike Brown's book and putting a little bit more people on the court and being able to get more out of what they got on their bench? You think that might change some things too?
You see a lot of people loading up on their bench. And
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
what I'm
talking
noticing
about,
too. I'm noticing that.
and I'm not just talking about just, what I'm saying? I'm talking about quality.
Quality. And I mean across the league. They're getting
and
quality replacements, man. Quality. They're getting depth all around the league. I'm thinking that people are saying that, man, this works.
And I would add to it to the point that, yeah, they can take a page out of his book, but if I'm paying you, yeah, I'm going to use you and play you. Why not? If I know
Yeah,
if you're in my practices and I see what you're capable of doing. I see what spots you get your shots in, and it fills in where we're not getting the best shots or getting the best looks or getting the best quality production, then yeah, might as well put you on the court and get that out of you. And once I'm realizing I'm not getting it out of you, all right, cool. Your minutes may dwindle down, or based on certain teams and certain regions or whatever, because some guys play better when they go to certain gyms, and that's just what it is. We can't act as though it don't happen. Some people play better in the cold. Some people play better when it's warm. Like it just happens. The altitude in that Denver and Phoenix and Nevada or whatever. Some people don't play well there, unfortunately. However, they get paid to play and get paid bucks to play. But they've all spoken about how difficult it is to play in the Mile High City. They've spoken about how difficult it is to play in Utah. You know what I'm saying? So
when I say what I'm saying in respect to the fact that you don't know when you're going to end up getting a Larry Brown Olympic showing where I'm just not going to play this guy regardless. You know, I know he's part of the team and blah, 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 blah. I'm playing my best. I'm playing with the people that I trust to play. So that's what I'm saying, that you're going to have that too. But
you mean
do you feel
Thibodeau?
like maybe... No, Thibodeau, I think he was Larry Brown his mentor? Because I'm telling you,
and look. That's why I give so much respect to Greg Popovich and Eric Spoelstra, because they're gonna play guys that you have never heard of, and you're gonna get the best out of them.
It's not just about playing them; it's about having faith in them to put them in tough times of a game. It don't necessarily mean you're blowing the other team out. It don't mean it could be a tight game. They have the confidence to put these players in, knowing, man, go out there and do what you do.
I agree, having the faith, but you also have to prepare.
Well, yeah, that's part of the coach. That's why they have that faith.
So in order to prepare them, you do have the faith. But other players and other teams, other casual and other analysts, I don't know why this guy's on the court. Then he show you why he's on the court. And it's like, okay, but Eric Spoelstra and Greg Popovich are the only two coaches that I've known since I've been watching basketball to have faith in guys that no one else believe in, and they've been very productive and able to go to.
That's not true. I had faith in Cornette.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Bro, that's what you he turned his camera off. Bro, that's called blind loyalty, man. That boy would not let go of Cornette for nothing, man.
Man, I gave him 2 games to give me 12 points, man, between 2 games, man.
So the sad reality about talking about Cornette, I couldn't even put my headphones back on correctly, first of all. So we talk about Cornette. We do understand Cornette is an NBA champion, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So we can't say his production wasn't worth the while, because he also was on a team where a coach inherited the team from another coach that had already got them to the NBA Finals the year before.
Right. What was funny about that primarily is that
let me rephrase that. He got 6 points. I'm sorry. He got them to the NBA Finals in 2022, and then they lost in 23 to the Heat, and then they ended up back in the finals in 24. But Joe Mazzulla inherited a team that was already well constructed. All they did was remove Marcus Smart. They ended up having a coach on that team. They brought in Jrue Holiday, and now you have a team that was worth watching.
That was competitive.
Who benefited and won based off the pieces of the team that was already still there and who already played and worked well together. Because we have to realize Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum played almost 10 years together, not 10 years together. Them two alone.
Right.
Eric White in there, who played with them quite a while. The Morris twin, one of the Morris twins, was there at a point in time. He's gone. Pritchard coming in later. Jrue Holiday came in later. So all they did was bring in veterans, but they brought in a rookie head coach. But all he did was coach a team that had already went to NBA Finals but lost. So it's like you really don't know which way that was going to go.
It's a Tony Dungy effect.
Yeah, but to bring up this dude, you brought up Cornette, but Cornette is an NBA champion. So having faith in someone who has won and who has done it is no different than me having faith in Harrison Barnes and making quality shots. Yeah. He's done it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I found out trying to put him in my parlay. There was a whole lot of NFL champions under Tom Brady, but they ain't produced nothing.
Man, I told that dude to keep Cornette off his.
He
Y'all
was
not
my
gonna
long
believe.
shot, bro. No, seriously, he was my long shot. He was the only plus I had on my parlays each time, and that was for 6 points, man. I'm thinking, you know what? The dude averaging like 7, 8. He got to come up with six. One time he come up with 4 one game and 2 the next. No, 0 the next 4. So he fell 8 points short of what I asked him for. That's all.
Nah, man, you killed him with that 17 parlay leg, man. That's what you did.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but when you miss by 2, come on, man. Was it so dangerous? And the 2 that I had was not like I was asking him to do something that was beyond. And, they were 2 simple things. Get me 6 points for one. And I think the other one was to hit 2 3-pointers. He hit one.
Listen,
So
listen,
about a few shots.
Sean P. 17 leg, and I'm gonna look in the camera when I say this. A
It
17
don't
leg was
matter. I'm
too
not
much
watching the
already.
screen. Oh, no.
A 17 leg was too much already. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Bruh, I lost the grand total of how many? Tell the truth. $9.77
Not
Yeah,
that
with
I
the
know of.
opportunity. With the opportunity of winning. How much was it? Like 15, 20 grand? Something stupid. Who cares?
I care.
I care
care
because
for you.
I ain't gonna sit here and throw no money away for no 17 leg. I do a 9 leg. I do a 7 leg. I
I'm
do a
sorry,
5 leg.
man. But when you get that close to hitting back to back,
That's what they want you to think to have you coming back.
no, I'm making
Right
very,
there.
very conservative. They're very conservative. Now
19
I can
is
I can
not
break them down.
conservative, bro.
I can break them down and make them 5 apiece, and then 1 2, a 2 leg, 3 5 and a 2 leg. You wouldn't think it's crazy, but I wouldn't get the same payout, and I still end up with the same losses.
That man's still holding on to that parlay, bro. That's amazing.
No, I've won too many times for me not to sit back, and because I took 2 L's to cry about it. That's all. I've hit too many times for large numbers.
Man, you are the first person and the only person I've ever heard in the history
With confidence.
with high praise and confidence, which you should have, doing a 17 leg, my boy.
I'm doing a 17 leg with all bets that are minuses, and maybe 1 or 2 bets that are plus. But it's the amount of legs that quadruple the odds. That's it. I'm doing stuff like I'm putting Carl Anthony Towns for 10 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 3-pointer. Come on, man. He comes off the first quarter. He come off the bench, so he did that in warm-ups, man. I'm not asking for astronomical stuff out of people. I'm putting Jalen Brunson for like 15 points and 3 assists, 2 3-pointers.
Some games he only had 1 assist.
And that's true.
So it's kind of hard to do that with him when we know he's
No,
all in the
it
back.
is. It is if you don't take the time to study the games. You know who they're going against. You know when he had the 1 assist, but he ain't play the same team and do the same thing.
Ace. And he's in the playoffs, bro. All right, so y'all
Yeah.
hear my top.
I know.
So y'all didn't hear my top. Y'all get a chance to hear my top.
Yeah,
right?
your top 4, yeah.
My
Go
top
ahead. Go ahead.
All right, I got Knicks. I got Miami.
Mm.
All right. I got Philly and I got Cleveland.
Okay. So I'm the only one that's gonna give Detroit, who led the East last year, their
I don't know
problem.
what Durian's gonna do right now. I don't know what man. Wait, is this dude
But
leave?
we ain't gotta worry about what he's gonna do right now. All we doing is
No,
talking as
he's
is.
not. He's not under contract right now, bro. It matters.
It doesn't, because right now we gotta go with what is the team they have right now. If he ain't under contract and he ain't on the team, you gotta go with the team they have. This
He's
is what
not.
the
He's
parameters were.
definitely. So he's definitely not top 40. They definitely not top 40.
Okay, then you gotta rearrange your top 4, brother. Love
I
you.
did. I don't have Detroit in there.
Okay. I still
It's
got
a
him in there.
Knicks. Knicks, Miami, Philly, Cleveland.
I'm
Right.
trying
That's
to
what you got.
I'm trying to understand what y'all are saying with Cleveland, and they don't even have a point guard assigned and extended in James
I
Harden.
didn't put Cleveland in there, brother.
Oh, they don't.
No, they don't.
I didn't put Cleveland in there because I read my notes today and
Oh,
I did
that's
my
right.
information.
And Harden hadn't re-signed yet.
and Dean Wade as their 3-man is in Philly.
Yeah, I did my homework, man.
Not only that,
Cleveland ain't nowhere on my list right now.
not only that, Keon Ellis as their 3rd backup guard behind James Harden and Schroeder, he's
All right,
gone too.
Scratch that.
I don't know what y'all saying with Cleveland. If it was based on LeBron, then that's the reason. One of the reasons he didn't go.
No, scratch that because Harden hasn't re-signed either.
Harden hasn't signed
at all.
What the hell Harden waiting on? Harden waiting on the decision day too?
He was probably waiting because he wanted.
He waited so he could go to Philly. He get ready to take his talents to Philadelphia for Creed 4.
He ain't going back to Philly, even with Daryl Morey gone.
James Harden going to Philly for Creed 4.
Hey, okay, I got it. I got mine right here. Y'all ready?
Durant might need to sign with Philly. They need an insurance backup policy for B.
All right, here we go, man. Here we go.
They'll really say that LeBron made a super team if you do that.
The Knicks, Miami, New York, Miami, Philly, and Toronto.
Okay.
You can't even say Toronto because that trade ain't gone through yet.
Yeah,
I'm talking about before that trade.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very high on Toronto.
That just made me choke, Slim.
Yeah, you can be so high. That's why they're above North America. You can be as high as you want up there in the old Canada.
Yes, sir.
Did you see them as a 5th seed this season? Y'all didn't see that.
Who?
You talking about Toronto? No, they kind of stuck in there.
Yeah, they snuck in there, bro. Yeah.
And I didn't see Boston. I didn't see
They
Boston.
are going. You know what that is? That's what the Wizards of 26 is going. 26, 27 going to be.
I didn't see Boston being a number 2 seed and losing in the first round either.
No. But
they lost in the second round.
Sure as sugar sweet.
No, they lost in the first round.
Boston lost
to Philly in the first round.
In the second round.
Boston lost to Philly in the first round.
Whoa, yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, first round.
No, but the factors on that.
Oh, we talking facts over here, Rev. Come on.
No. You're right. They did.
Facts.
You're right, because we asked, like, why did Tatum
Jaylen Brown think that this was his best year and Tatum missed the last game with stiff
that last game? I think that last game was everything, bro.
Yep, so was.
And you know what? And you know what's even crazier? And Clergy can even pitch in on this because he and I spoke about people complaining about awards. People complain about the guys getting this max money but not playing as much. That's why when the new CBA come out, owners going to come out and probably put a clause in there where you have to play this amount of games and this amount of minutes to get what would be considered your guaranteed contract. There's going to be so many loopholes to these things, right? I suggested to him weeks and months back. And if he gets back on, great. If not, we'll speak about it on another term. But
he looked.
Yeah.
What I spoke to him about earlier today and times back was, if we're going to complain about guys missing games, not being healthy enough to play 82 games and then be able to play the playoffs, why not move the playoffs first and second round back to the 5 games instead of being 7 all the way through?
Yeah, the load management.
But the part of that he and I spoke about was the mismanagement of money, how much money teams or organizations will lose, TV deals will change, so on and so forth. But if we look at every single playoff matchup that happened this year, what teams would have actually won if it was a 5-game series instead of it being a 7-game?
Orlando beat Detroit.
Orlando would have beat Detroit.
Ooh.
Boston would have beat Philly.
Ooh.
The Knicks would have still won on their side.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but see,
But I'm just giving the transparent side of it. If it's not 7 games compared to 5, because we got to realize now as well, the games are 1 day apart. It's not a game, 2 or 3 games in between. And then
Right. They're not getting the same amount of rest.
You're not getting the same amount of rest while you're also not already playing 82 games in the season or 70 games or 60
that TV
or
money,
55.
man.
But then
that TV money, bro.
You're also being paid way more now than they ever have.
TV money, something else unreal.
Before.
Hey, that's why that TV money, bro.
No, I totally understand that, but I'm saying as far as a bargaining situation for the fan who's paying the money to come watch you play, and you can't play because you have this alien injury that you can't even get rid of because you're not taking care of yourself off the court.
Well, ESPN Prime and Amazon Prime and
ABC, ESPN, all
Peacock got something to say about that.
Here's the other thing on the other side of that too.
Probably the same. It's probably the same reason why I don't agree with how the NFL is really trying to. Y'all know they're trying to add another game to the season.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But can we real quick before we hit the NFL? Before we hit it real quick, we talk about load management, but if we look around the league at the age and the length of years of the careers that these players are having, that they're playing longer because of it. There's a plus and a minus to it. We're missing
more games, though.
They are definitely missing more games. I'm just saying but they're putting in more seasons for more fans to be able to see them and fill seats. Yes, they are.
No,
the takeaway is they are. Yes, they are. They're putting more butts in seats for longer periods of time. LeBron put butts in seats for 24 years. James Harden put butts in seats for what 15 years, 13, 15, something like that. We got more players. There's so many 15-year plus players that have been putting butts in seats but refuse to let go too. But at the same time, once you get the butt in the seat, it's a coin toss whether or not they're gonna be.
Where you go, Doc? All right. He'll be back.
You there, Trustee?
I think I lost you.
All right, you back.
Trustee, the loophole to what you're saying is going to be misguided, and the only reason I say that is because if there is a structured number or ideal number that these guys can play, that'll be considered at least full season before they get to the playoffs, I 100% agree with you. But the very person that you're speaking about, meaning LeBron, he's played 79 games, 80, 79, 78, 75, 81, 76, 79, 62, 76, 77, 69, 76, 74, 82, 55, 67, 45, 56, 55, 71, 70, 60. We got to realize some of those years he didn't get far in the playoffs. And so, in a lot of those years, he lost in the playoffs. So at the same token, 82 one time, 81 one time, 81 time. But we're talking about guys before them who's playing the full 82 game season plus going far in the playoffs. It's a different setup at that point. So if we're talking about longevity, then yeah, he's gonna have longevity if I'm getting a chance to miss marquee games or I'm getting a chance to take time off. Not because you've had any significant injury, because LeBron never really just had any significant injury to ever just put him out to keep him from playing, besides that growing in LA when they were number 3 seed. But besides that, he's never really had any major injury or major surgery to ever keep him from playing like some of the other greats. Michael Jordan had a broken foot. Kobe Bryant, shoulder, fingers, Achilles. Like these guys had major injuries that ended their career. Well, Jordan didn't have one that ended his career. His broken foot, I think, actually, after he got it reconstructed, it propelled him because
remember they went in the playoffs.
They weren't in the playoffs, and he wanted to play, and he still got them there. So to look at the number of games someone's playing, is Trustee Sean P back?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Even,
So
yeah.
just to make
Remember, Jordan's knees was rough too. They wasn't quite D Wade knees, but they was bad.
No, it was later in his career, yeah. But we're talking about the lead up, like no major injury for
Yeah,
LeBron.
you're talking about in Washington.
No major injury
Washington.
for LeBron.
No, I'm talking about towards even that last three, those last three championships. Jordan's knees was bad, man. He's been going through some stuff, but he toughed it out.
Jordan was still a monster. I ain't even gonna sit here like that.
Yeah, no. Jordan and Emmitt Smith are very similar in the fact that they might be hurt. You know, we remember that Emmitt Smith played with a separated shoulder.
Man, I'm just
Jordan played with the so-called flu.
I'm just looking at the amount of games that we're comparing then and now.
They were just built different.
They were definitely built different. However, these guys are considered to be.
No, they were built different.
But I'm saying these guys are considered to be.
They didn't have all this. They went out drinking all these fruit smoothies and salad smoothies. They wasn't going through all these rigorous dietary stuff with high strength conditioning, all this stuff. They wasn't going through all that. They went to the weight room, man. They shoved the iron up and down. They went home. They worked.
No, I agree.
And I'm not saying they had other jobs. I'm saying, but they worked. They did regular manual stuff.
Trustee, but we're dealing with an era that is supposed to be bigger, stronger, faster, but they're not as durable. But they're not as durable. However, they're getting paid way more than eras before. But we're supposed to be sitting here marketing these players to be better players than what we've seen before. But these guys can't even stay on the floor. You had guys playing in Chucks and having Hall of Fame careers. These guys have the best shoes.
Man, Kevin McHale feet was bleeding.
Look, bro, I'm not denying anything what you're saying, but I'm also not going to say that today's players are anomalies. I'm sorry. There has been no 7'3" to 7'4" to 7'5", 7'6" dude who could bring the ball up the court and pop a three in your face before that. These dudes are anomalies. It's different.
But they're not staying on the court.
I don't think they're anomalies.
I'm not taking that away from you guys. Understand? I'm not arguing you about that. I've already said there's grown man, old man strength, and then there's dudes that look good. Yeah, they look good. They bad. They play. They're athletic. They're phenomenal. They're very skilled. But like I just said, I said it before. I probably fell off. You don't know whether or not they're gonna show up the night that you done paid your $300-$400 for your ticket. You don't know that.
They hurt.
It's a
That's
toss-up.
what we're saying.
So that's all I've been saying the whole time about that.
But it goes against the anomaly aspect for me when you mentioned it.
No, it's still an anomaly because when they are on the court, what they do is something we've never seen before. We've never seen no dudes like that move like that.
That's not
Man, give me one. Give me one. Oh, so Tim Duncan, David Robinson, Shaq.
Somebody off the dribble, go for a fake. Yes, we
have. Nah, we ain't seen nothing like Wemby ever.
Hernandez in the league. Chris Webber is in the league. Rasheed Wallace is in the league. We're not gonna sit here and act like we haven't seen these stretch forwards.
You ain't never seen a 7'3", 7'4" dude do what Wemby does, man. It ain't been nothing like that.
Okay.
He ain't done nothing yet.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna agree with you here. I agree with you here, but you ain't gonna have no choice but to agree with me on this. He's doing what he's doing, but he can't do what none of the other bigs able to do in the post.
None.
No, he cannot.
Okay,
no, he cannot. But all I'm saying is that's one example. That's just one example. It's the majority of the league. It's the majority of the league have these types of skills, man. It wasn't like that before. You had a bunch of. They are anomalies.
No, it's not. Shaq was an anomaly because what he was able to do at his size. That is an anomaly. You're bringing up him being an anomaly. Sure, Hakeem Olajuwon was an anomaly because of what he was able to do at his size. David Admiral Robinson was an anomaly because of what he was able to do at his size. There are.
What was he able to do?
That does not mean that they have to be able to put the ball between their legs, tween, step back, a 3-4 travel step. No, that does not mean.
No, I need him to do all that. I need them to be able to play as the guard because that's what Wemby's doing.
You want to know who
You
was an
know,
anomaly?
so for real, you got Luke, man. That boy can play ball like that. He can work it. He got a little bag with him.
You want to
You
know
got a
who else?
lot of dudes out there
Do
with
you want to know
better
who else was
handles,
an anomaly? You
good
want to know who else
footwork,
was an
and
anomaly?
then you got some that just have great shots from way outside.
Do you want to know who else is an
Go
anomaly?
ahead.
MJ is an anomaly because he
Yeah,
won
he
championships
was.
in an area
Absolutely.
which he was not supposed to.
Yeah,
That is
you're
an anomaly.
absolutely right.
But that is considered
You're
normal
right about a
play.
king. I'm David Robinson. David Robinson worked in it.
You're not clear. You're
Hey, you
not.
cutting in and
You're,
out. You
you're,
cutting in and
yeah,
out.
you're going in and out, bro. You're going in and out. Pretty bad, bro. Real bad, actually.
I said David Robinson was more of a workhorse, and Tim Duncan was more of the anomaly, if you ask me.
No, David Robinson was still an anomaly,
No.
man. David Robinson was still an anomaly, though. He still was. He still was.
Nah.
Him and Akeem Olajuwon having a quadruple double in the league. That's not anomalous to you.
Yeah, man. I
But
think
how did
honestly,
David do it? From banging down in the paint is because of his, it wasn't because he was, man, Hakeem, David was nice. I'm not ever taking anything away from the Admiral, who played right here in the Naval Academy, right down the street in Maryland. Right down the street in Annapolis, Maryland. I'm very familiar with him. He was more of an old school center. What Akeem brought to the game, his speed, agility, athleticism, quickness, and ball handling skills, David Robinson did not have. Now, guess what I just did? I added the eye test.
bro, you off on this
David
one, bro.
Robinson's still one of them anomalies.
Always.
We can't even say the guy.
I'm always off until I go back and I prove that I'm right, but okay.
No. But trustee,
No,
if we're
man.
going to say if we say players that are greatest of all time, all of them are anomalies, and every player we named are anomalies. Every last one of them. We have the only players that we can
have
name
no
today,
problem.
The only players we can name.
I'm just saying. I feel to me, this is my opinion. In my opinion, David Robinson is more of the workhorse of the old school throwback centers, and Tim Duncan was more of the anomaly. That's just my opinion.
Duncan was more of the workhorse because he wasn't as athletic as David Robinson.
No, nobody could you didn't have too many bigs.
Fundamental because he kept his game simple. That's not anomalous.
You didn't have too many bigs running that floor like Dave, bro. David Robinson
Dave was considered a fast giraffe or gazelle, man.
Bro, for real. And then he had a nice little mid range, man. Then he'll put you in the rim.
That is your opinion. We can agree.
With the flat top.
How Clergy?
Oh, yeah.
I said with the flat top.
Oh, with the flat top. Yeah. No, for sure. With the flat top buzz, yeah. I mean, I just don't believe that the players we have today are anomalies because we did it. That's what made them great because they all had different styles of game. All these guys today have almost a similar game. All of them. They work out with the same guys, the same trainers. They go to the same place, eat the same food, on the same sleep schedules. They do the same things. None of these guys they haven't allowed their games to be separate from one another. They all do the same thing. Case in point, that's how they all end up with the same Achilles injury. Because they all doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Halliburton,
Damian Lillard, DiVincenzo, KD. Like they all ended up with the same injury.
Same one, yeah. My thing is this, bro. Like this, they was talking at one time about, playing a 65 game season. And I know why LeBron suggested that, because nobody will be able to touch his records. But man, y'all gotta thug it out, man. It's like with baseball. Like at one time they was talking about they playing too many games, 162 games, bro. When guys was playing in them rough cleats, kind of like them Chucks, you know what I'm saying? That hard leather, plastic.
Yes, sir.
And they were balling 162 games. Little old mitts they were playing with. 162 games in those.
I know their hands was
Not having backup gloves.
hands tore up in them gloves.
They didn't have. Look, they just started wearing boxing. They just started wearing batting gloves like in the 70s, and they played 162 games. Like you can't disrespect. You can't disrespect the legends that played that in those conditions, man. You understand what I'm saying? So these guys gonna have to come on with it, man. That's all that is, bro. I was for when it first started. I was really with it when they started them 7-game series in the first round. But then, you know, I probably want to say in the last 5 years, man, they probably should bring, you know, they should bring that back. They should bring that back, man. Look, I appreciate y'all coming on board with us. We had a lot of action in the comment section, man. We had a lot of viewers. And man, you know what can we say? We knew this was gonna happen as soon as LeBron was gonna choose where he was gonna go. You know, it was gonna cause what it was gonna, you know, it was gonna cause what it was gonna do. You know, so we found out who's LeBron apologist out of the panel. You know, we found, you know. This man brought up Barry Sanders and Emmitt Smith. Boy, I swear to God. But look, man, I appreciate y'all. Look. So look, if we don't get another crazy headline Monday, we're gonna dig into the Boston Celtics of the 1960s. We're gonna dig into that. We're gonna take a deep dive. That's what we're supposed to do.
That ain't even a fair conversation, man.
Like 6 men of the year.
That ain't even a fair conversation.
But we also gonna have to talk about this Earl Spence fight that's supposed to be tomorrow too.
Oh, hey! Do y'all want to do a call show?
They still doing boxing? People still do that?
I'm with you, son. I'm with you, son. I'm with you. You got all these boxing, you got all these boxing experts on social media. I'll be like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
I'm like, God,
I didn't know they still did that.
Y'all want to do a watch night?
We can do what you want to do. Point of the man, I didn't know they still had professional boxing matches. I thought everything's MMA now.
I'll probably join in late, but I'll probably be out and about watching it somewhere, so it'll probably be noisy for me. So.
I'm gonna see I'm
ready to dig to some football.
They've been waiting.
Well, I mean, as soon as football want to be dug into, man, I'll be glad because
football been ready to get dug into before the decision, man. They out here making moves. They doing their thing.
Now we have not heard nothing about football.
We ain't heard nothing
not a
about
word.
Of course you ain't heard it. Like I said, I didn't say it's been being posted. I said it's happening. It has been happening.
So how can we
it's just been under the radar because nobody want to report nothing because they waiting on this decision from LeBron. So now that they got it, watch how much football gonna start popping up in the next few days.
I ain't talking about that Stephon Diggs.
After they get finished with roasting him, they going. I'm telling you right now, give Stephen A. 2 days of roasting LeBron and he's moved to Philly.
Well, you know,
no. I said, and I'm gonna say it again. After Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless and all the pundits and Charles Barkley, Shaq, and everybody else roast LeBron for the next 2 days. Today is what, Friday? I'm talking Saturday and Sunday. They gonna roast. Come morning, fresh Monday. It's gonna be some NFL news. Watch what I tell you. My name is not your Brian McDonald's.
Question before we go.
Nas Bro Damas in this house.
Question before we go. LeBron wins a ring this upcoming season. What does that do to his legacy? Does it move him closer to Jordan?
Damn thing, because if he wins a ring this upcoming season, I don't think he's going to be the Finals MVP. So it's just going to be he was carried by whoever it was.
Whether they win or lose for me, it's not going to change for me. It actually pushes them down the ladder for me. Further. I'm not going to do that because a ring is a ring is a ring. And it's been too many people. Because there have been too many great players that don't have rings, but are still great players for us to say that it declines a person for getting one.
I'm not doing that to nobody, man. I'm not doing that to Larry. I'm not doing it to nobody. White, black, or otherwise. I'm not gonna do that. It don't help his legacy, but it ain't gonna hurt it.
A late night conversation that is positive and pure. Turn your radio up, tell your family and your friends. This is where the true community connection begins. It's a place for inspiration, it's a place for real talk. The most uplifting hour on your late night walk. We got Trusty Sean P, keeping everything on track. Deacon King Ace holding down the back. And got in the ship with a word so clear. Reverend Larry on the mic is here. Trusty Sean P. Deacon King Ace and your host, Reverend Larry. The mic is live right now.
I just got a notification. Somebody said LeBron is taking his flopping to Philadelphia.
And we out.
And we out.